Right, and it is just about to start the round one clashes. The two captains head into the middle. Of course, Greg Humphreys and Talon Michaels. Eaton and Collie respectable. Shake hands with the umpires. The toss is won. We'll keep an eye on that as it lands. It lands on its side. No, it doesn't, Cam. Humphreys has won the toss, and they will kick to the Club Pavilion end of Collie Recreation Ground. We're going to call that the town end, I think, Cam. That one
to
that
the
heads
right
to
of
the
the
town.
dial. Yep.
And we'll call this Pavilion End Pavilion. We'll call it something else. That's a bit. Roberts Road End. There you
Roberts
go.
Road
Thanks
End.
to the timekeeper for that. Players are getting in their huddles. Just the last few minutes instructions. And I tell you what, the excitement is around the place, isn't it? There's a great atmosphere here. There's a lot of cars around the ground. There's a lot of people just in front of us. There's a lot of people giving us advice when we were on the boundary line.
The
There
Eaton
wasn't
girls,
there?
mate, they're up and about. They want to come and do the game for us, so good on them. But looking forward to this. Thanks very much to Dow, Alcott Homes and KFC. Order your KFC. KFC is the big win, Craney. The big win for everyone here is the game is back in the country region. It is Collie versus Eaton. Craney and Robbo doing the calling for you this afternoon. Thanks for your coverage and your calls all throughout the southwest of the state. Tune in. This should be a ripper.
Righto, this first quarter, thanks to Southwest Isuzu Utes, players are making their way up into position. Rinder, Humphreys, Saunders, and who was going? Jesse Culligan into the middle for Eaton, and you just take who's in the middle for Collie there.
Collie there. We'll look at those. Craney looks like in the middle there is Bignell. He's a very good run. And
Good
the
player.
big ruckman to Dele Angeles. He's very tall. And also the ever reliable, the captain, Talon Michael. Keep your eye out for him. Very good player. And that's where it starts, Craney, in the middle of the engine room. And it should be a ripping game here. Myself and also Jared have tipped Collie. Craney has gone out on the limb. He's tipped Eaton by 23 points. We'll soon know in about 100 points who has the chocolates and who has the lollies.
It's got to tell you what, the goosebumps have already started to jump, haven't they, as I look around the ground. I'll get you some matchups as we go along. That Eaton forward line looks a lot better than it did, a lot more balanced than it did last year. Umpire King will just have a look around to make sure everyone's 6-6-6. He'll raise the footy, checks his armband to make sure everything's good. The umpire, siren goes, and this will be Ken Robbins for SEN Spirit Sport. Away you go, Cam.
Umpire throws a pill up. Good Eaton. One there by Rinder. Tries to find his teammate. Hands was very good. They can switch the play to the wing already here. Well done by Eaton. Is the ball going to stand up? He does. Going to use that lovely left foot. Lucky it's not a relayed free kick. And good defensive mark in the part of the ground there. One done by that player there, Pilati. Very good mark that was tucked deep in a pocket. Pilati has it. He's going to switch the ball in the middle of the corridor. The risky kick, but it comes off, and Polar has the footy here.
I don't mind that. At least they've got confidence to go where they need to go.
Certainly does, and Pilati's already had a couple of hands on his Haggard already. Has the footy now. Nothing to kick to here. You go straight down the middle of the ground here. Ball comes to the ground. The contest here with Humphreys. Watch this play. He's very skillful. Does not panic. Ball's in front of him. A fickle bounce in the end. Handball's okay. Well done by Eaton Booms. They go down the half-forward flank here. The vision was no good.
No, they needed to open their eyes. All that was a collie nest. Needed to hold the footy a little bit.
3 or 4 players, and one of those players was
First
Davidson.
up nerves, isn't it?
It is. Davidson has the footy now. No, they cross the ball on the other side of the ground. So 2-on-1 here. Dropped a side in the end. Ball comes to ground to Hill. Hill decides to pull the trigger on it. The kick was ordinary though, but fickle bounce in the end. Falls in the hand here of Scott. Scott overrun the 40. Might have got one pushed in the back. The umpire's letting play go on here. 40 metres out. And I tell you what, it's hot in the kitchen already, Craney.
Yeah, and it's also, you got those first round nerves, haven't you? The players just haven't got that real grip on the footy yet. A few of the players, we're real skillful players, still got a little bit of fumble.
It's a minute 30 to go and still no score on the scoreboard at the moment. But Eaton are doing all the attacking. Well done by Collie. Somehow got a foot on the ball. That was Rinder. Umpire says, finally, give the ball to me. 25 metres out.
That was a very good decision, that, because Humphreys dropped the knees. So very good call by umpire, really.
Yeah, very smart. Umpire throws the ball up again. Getting to the front position. A lot of players around the ball at the moment. Humphreys tries to barge his way through. He held to him once again, the umpire. That's a field umpire. Craney says, give the ball to me.
Yeah, a bit scrambly at the minute. There's a lot of players around this footy.
Already a lot of players competing for the tackle of the day, thanks to Bunbury Mower Service, a new sponsor this year. Shout out, get your lawns done by them, knock yourself out. Have the numbers here. Eaton once again. Cop one high was the player from Collie. Umpire didn't see that. They still have the footy now. Had to go back rather than forward. An absolute worm burner, and finds The captain here, Greggy Humphreys. Craney, how good was that left foot pass?
I think
Pistol
that was
foot.
Cole Collard out there, but the vision was nice too because there wasn't much going on there. He had to sort of thread the needle through, and he did that. Only just made the distance, but it was good enough.
He's got early signs here for Eaton. I reckon, Craney, you've got some inside knowledge. That's why you've picked Eaton Boomers to win this game of footy. So here we are. The legend, Greggy Humphreys, about 40 metres out, directly in front. No breeze to worry about here. No rain to worry about. So Humphreys right behind this one, leans back on this and pulls it left for the first score of this game so far. So Eaton Boomers, they are 1 point. Collie are yet to score. If you blow the siren here, Craney, Eaton win and you win the bet.
No, they've got to get 23 points, don't they?
So they go down the far side to Collie. It's
Well,
not going
that's
to
not
touch
the
anyone,
best.
so they're out of bounds on the full. So it's come back with a bit of interest.
It's not the best kick.
Shocking, was it, by Jackson Hill. He's had to jump the fence, Cranes. Goes to the netball court and he's got to get the pill back himself. So here he is, Jackson Hill. For the Eaton Boomers, a very good start by them. They are up and about. Don't you worry about that. So here he is, Jackson Hill. Decides to play on. Lowers his eyes to the key forward area, but beautiful defensive mark by Collie. They can switch the play on the far side. Try to find the player here, Remain. He has the footy now, half-back flank. He can draw the player or he can just kick the footy. He's going to do the latter. So he goes straight down the attacking side here for 2-on-1 here. How's it going to bounce? Once again, Eaton have the numbers. Did not panic. Goes to the big ruckman there and Rinda. Rinda heard the call back. Kick was okay. Rinda, very experienced, isn't he? Handball, 1-2.
Well worked.
Well
Very
worked
well
then
worked.
by Eaton Booms. That kick's no good, but they go up the corridor. Missed everything, but overrunning the ball in the end. Had the ball here. Oh, well done. He's done sensational down back is Tommy Harris. But still, Collie have the footy. A mongrel punt to half-forward flank. The numbers here with Rinda. Use that left foot. He kicks it to the wing. Going back with courage. Was that player from Collie there was Ireland, but shows a bit of candy. Does Ellie Hill. He goes back, and this is a very good defensive setup here by the Eaton side through Collard. Collard finds Jackson Hill. He's got an attorney over that far side. Sells a bit of candy. Kicks around the corner here. Tries to find his teammate. That's Saunders. Saunders goes back to Hill. Good play here by the side there, but defensively, this guy's doing well. DeAngelis, the ruckman.
I think the coaches want both these sides to settle down.
Yep.
Their turnovers are just because they're panicking going in. Eaton have had a lot of those inside 50s, but made very little of it. Mind you, Collie defence are getting in the right spot.
So they have a footy here. Does Reuben. He decides to switch the play. Dropped the mark in the end was Ireland, but well done by the numbers at the back of the ball. Then one of those is Callahan.
Smother.
The smother was sensational, as Craney said. Also the knock off the ball by Michael was also good. No easy kick out there at the moment. That play for Eaton's worn and Michael hitting shoulder, and Michael's giving him another one. No easy kick out there. Don't you worry about that. Humphrey dives on top of the player, and the umpire, that's a field umpire, says give the ball to me. So we've gone 5.5 minutes. Eaton 1 point, and Collie are yet to score. So good knock then over the top then by the play there in Rinda. He tried to find Humphreys. Humphreys clever. Heard the call from the handball. Sensational play here by Boomers. Inside 50 here. Peels the eyes back. It's Brooks. And Brooks goes bang! First goal to the Eaton Boomers to Callan Brooks.
And that'll have to go in as a Western, one of the Western all-pair services goal of the year, do you reckon, Cam?
100%.
I'm getting to know the sponsors. But
How good with the vision by Humphreys. Tackled below his knees.
the whole workout was...
Fantastic goal. Great start by the Boomers. They are on song here, Craney.
Yeah, they've had a lot of the footy. As I said, they've turned a lot of the footy over early. They've had the Collie defence under a fair bit of pressure early in the game. I tell you what, if Eaton start to lift their skills up a bit, there'll be a bit of a tough work.
But I did at the pre-game. Me and Jared both tipped Collie. But as you can look here, I've got a pencil, Jared, so we can scrub it, get a rubber, and change our
Very
tips
early
here.
days yet. I know the Collie Oval, Jared, and you've been up here a fair bit. It is very difficult to play on.
Serinda wins the ball knock again, finds his teammate. That's Saunders. Saunders, excellent. Went back to the big ruckman, then Rinda.
Oh.
Rinda centre half. A good talking to the key forwards. One of those was Kane. Kane has a footy. Lowers his eyes, but very good, courageous mark in the teeth of the goals here. Well done by Collie. They have the footy now, can draw the play over the top. That was Romain. Now in a bit of trouble here. The pressure by Eaton, very good. Handball's okay. Still running out the numbers. Tackle from behind. It's a throw. It's a hole in the ball. It's both.
That's what you want to see from your players, isn't it?
So Salmira has a footy now. He kicks the ball down the line. They're playing a good brand of footy. I know it's early stages here, but they look good. Stephen Kane on his right. Peg kicks the ball. Might have been a push off the ball. The umpires let that go on. Collie have the numbers. Or they just kick the ball out of bounds. That's an absolute Barry Crocker there, Croney. You could have done better than that. Ordinary kick.
I wouldn't have kicked it that far, so it wouldn't have gone out of bounds.
So
Probably in the same direction, but...
And once again, Eaton, beautiful little chip kick by Saunders. Saunders run into a bit of space here.
Do you get the feeling, though, Eaton need to make... They've got all the momentum at the moment. They want it on the scoreboard. Because the momentum, you would think, would change.
How good's this guy been, Jackson Hill? I reckon
He's been into absolutely
hasn't
everything
he?
as Jackson. I've already given him a couple of ticks as Jackson Hill.
So Jackson Hill inside the 50-metre arc here, right behind this one. Take a good kick from there. It pushes right, not going to make the distance. Humphries might have claimed the mark. Still going to try to claim the mark. I think it was Adcock. And the umpire said, give it to me. Adcock's still pleading for the mark. The umpire said, mate, it was touched. I'm the umpire, you're the player. We'll stick to each rolls. So we're 10 metres out here.
Well said, Cam Robbins.
We're 10 metres out here. Umpire throws a ball up. Gianza's beautiful knock open from behind. Found his teammate. That's Michael on the right. This is better by Collie. Good transition of playing that defensive 50. They go down the line here.
That's a strong mark.
That's a good clunking mark between his eyes, wasn't it, Croney? Really good grab.
Strong hands.
He goes down the defensive wing as well, and the player left his teammate. He looks pretty good, Tommy Harris. Got the beautiful long flowing mullet here, Croney. He left his player, put a spool on, and hence the boundary line throw-in.
He's been good early, hasn't he? The ball hasn't been down there a lot, but he's prepared to back himself when he heads to the footy.
Look at the interchange bench there, thanks to Harvey Norman betting. Bunbury, Crane, a lot of those players want to get on the turf here. They're just got to wait their time, don't they? So
yeah, it'd be frustrating sitting down there, wouldn't it?
So Collie has it. It's Pilati. That player mentioned, but very good mark on the defensive wing. Now Collie, just an awkward kick and style. He goes on the left foot. Mark over the top. Ball comes to ground. Kept his feet. Well done once again by Eaton. That player there was Brendan Craig. That was sensational. And this player, once again, Tommy Harris, has a forward in the defensive 50 for the Boomers. They started this game very lively. They are 1-1-7, and unfortunately Collie are yet to score, and that's on the Southwest Isuzu Ute scoreboard, Croney.
Well, that is a little bit tight towards the boundary line, and that's given it back.
Coming back with a bit of interest here. As I said, crowd down at Collie pushing 600, I reckon. Fantastic conditions for footy over the back. Good defensive mark. And they switch the play here on that far side, trying to find Carl Collard. He's a very skillful player. This from both sides of his body. Collard hits out his teammate. That's Hodgkinson. So Hodgkinson has a footy now with a helmet. Marked on the defensive 50.
Oh, was that meant? If it was meant, it was pretty clever.
I think it might have been just a mongrel punt, Crane.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Geez, Jeb Swallow did a good defensive spool.
Well,
once again,
a
bit of pace run encouraged by Eli Hill. He tries to find his brother. I think it's Jackson Hill. Jackson Hill around the corner. How's it going to bounce? How's it going to bounce? It bounces the wrong way.
Gee, it's beautiful control of the footy. Probably deserved a little bit better than that.
Geez, I wonder if they're brothers, those Jackson and Eli Hill. They look lively, those two lads, number 6 and number 13 for Eaton Boomers.
Nice turn of pace.
Certainly is a fantastic start here by the away side. Eaton, they are 1-8. Collie are yet to score, and that's on the Southwest Isuzu Ute scoreboard. So, risky kick. It's not going to come off, and marking the ball about 35 metres out is the player there, Brooks. Brooks decides to switch, and very lackluster manning up by the players there, and you don't want this guy to have the hands in the footy, and he's Greg Humphries, the captain.
He also did it very well to Greg Humphries. He turned and just drifted back into that spot. Brooks seen him very nicely out the corner of his eye, and you're right. I think Eaton need to put a bit of score on the board with the amount of ball they've had. So
Greg Humphries already had a shot for goal. He probably learned from his first kick. Usually a very good, reliable kick for goal. The young goal umpire does not move apart from look at the ball go over his head, Croney. That is the second goal on the board to the Eaton Boomers. Early stage of the first quarter, Croney, but they are all over Collie at the moment.
They've got a lot of the footy, haven't they? Collie haven't had a real foray forward at the moment to give for.
Geez, Humphries got that. Just saw the replay thanks to Dean there. Just a beautiful copybook kick for goal. He's very methodical, follows his foot right through the pill, and
been very good early too. Picked up a number of possessions.
Yeah, very damaging, isn't he? So Collie Danger sides already. I know it's early stage. We've gone 12 and a half minutes to the first quarter.
Tell you what, this is going to test the fitness. It is very warm
very
out
hot,
there.
isn't it? Beautiful thump.
Gee,
well done
that's
by
nicely
Humphries.
worked.
How good work by Rinder. Did the double fist hand down. They go down the forward again, but bounce off the player's chest. That was Kane. Kane by hand. Geez, you're running quick. Goes back to Kane. Kane lowers his eyes. Could have gone for goals, but didn't. Trying to pick the ball up with your 7'2", Crony. Very, very difficult. That's what he's trying to do at the moment. Puts a good shepherd on, but Collie have the ball now. Go on the half-back flank. But the outnumbers here, right in that paddock there with the grass, there's about 4 or 5 Eaton players here. The umpire, that's a field umpire, said once again, give the ball to me.
Eaton have got those centre break stoppages there quite considerably up in front of that, thanks to our sponsors for our stoppage work.
So Rinder knocked the ball over the ground and right in front of the Collie faithful here, which sees the away side. That's the Eaton Boomers 2-2-14. Collie are yet to score, and that's on the Isuzu scoreboard. Down here at Collie. Thanks for your company. It's Alan Crane and Cam Robbins doing the calling. Thanks for your company throughout the southwest. Good knock way in then by Rinder, but Collie have the numbers. Defensive pressure once again by Eaton.
Oh,
very
he walked
good.
out of there a bit easy, didn't he?
Traffic was so easy. Force in the hand this time is Jackie Saunders. Saunders centre half forward and taking a good mark. That's what a key forward to do, and running hard at the contest. I think it might be Cochin.
This is Broadbridge.
Or might be Broadbent. I think it's the latter. It's Jackson Broadbent.
Are we going to give him a little CPR outdoor centre mark of the year?
Oh, that's a contender. That's a contender,
I'll
Crony.
get Jared to drop that one down there, Jared.
So here
for
he
our
is.
mark of the day.
The new recruit, Jackson Broadbent, is getting the bit of a crowd.
Oh, he's given that a bit of a
Humphries
hoist
here. Has he
too.
got enough? Oh, beautiful sprawl over the top. The ball's still in play. Still in play. Well done by Collie. And finally, isn't it good at a local crowd when the opposition team, the horns on the car, tries to put the opposition team off? Sensational.
Young
and
Jackson,
also,
Jackson Broadbent's got a bit of a history in Collie too. So
okay, there you go. Craney knows everything. Shallow throw in by the boundary umpire. Or cop one high or held to him. And the umpire said it's the ladder. So 15 metres out from the Eaton Boomers goals here. They are 2-2-14. Coley Craney yet to score. Let's have the footy. Could be holding the footy. Still bursting, trying to burst through the pack. There was more on the left foot. Has it got enough curry? Good defensive effort there by the Collie Eagles defenders. And finally another rush behind for another point. 2-3 Eaton. According to my maths, that's 15. Collie are yet to score, and that's on the SEN Spirit. Spirit of the Southwest, Crony.
Collie defenders are doing very well because they're under enormous amount of pressure. Eaton have been a bit of relentless throwing it in. Well, that's worked out well.
That's a good mark. Oh, the umpire's called play, and you definitely were off. Now he's going to put the afterburners on. Nothing to kick to, so goes down the line there. Over the top there was Harris. He's been very good centre half back for Eaton. Ball still trapped in place. Sock off the ground.
It's a paddock here.
How's the ball going to stand up here? Sock it off again, son. Now he's going to pick the ball up. Maybe he should have socked it. Now he's a bit of danger. Numbers here with Eaton. The pick up below the knees by Matty Thompson. Sensational. Who used that trusting
kick.
left foot. Heard the call and finds Callan Brooks. You've got to keep your feet, Brainy.
Absolutely,
Crony.
and you're right. Maybe into the slipper, but...
Yeah, should have socked it on. And Collard, very good player, both sides of his body. He does a switcheroo here. Numbers everywhere at Eaton. They decide to kick the ball there on the defensive wing. Going back with the fire to the play. Just about taking a good mark. Should have paid it. The umpire didn't. So off we go again to Collie.
I would have just for effort. It looked good, didn't it?
It did too. They go up the corridor. They have the footy now to Collie. Collie down the line. Here's a chance here. Inside 50 here. They go bang, bang. Thank you, ma'am. Is it got enough curry here? Oh, I should have let the ball go through. Tried to mark it. Could have been the first goal, Crony.
Gee, that was nicely worked. That's what happened when you got one side getting all the play. It tends to leave the other opposition goal line open, and it gives you a chance to score. And that was just about.
So Brendan Craig, defensive halfback. Geez, they used the ball well early stages. He's causing a bit of havoc at the moment. Paul Rinder, very mobile ruckman, but as soon as you pump his tyres up, they let you down. A shocking kick by Rinder. Coley have the numbers here. Kick around the corner by Michael, the captain.
Oh,
Fickle
just couldn't
bouncing
get it.
in. Couldn't get, but still goes back to get it. Michael again through traffic. Draws a play over the top. Good tackle from behind by Eaton. Mike is still not giving up. 3 to 4 effort by him. Absolutely sensational. And cop that. The old Lockie Adcock's done the old sleeper hold World Championship Wrestling. He's poleaxed him over the fence, Crane.
Well, you've got to give A for effort from both these sides. They're throwing a fair bit at it. It's not high skilled as yet, but things will settle down a bit. But I tell you what, they're throwing everything at it.
There's Michael again. Met very heavily Humphries. Look at the class of this play. Just Lowers his eyes. Oh, Shepherd off the ball. Player's gone down from behind, and nothing wrong with that. An old-fashioned Shepherd. Keep your eye on that, but it's 2-on-1 here. Great mark over the... That's a contender.
That's a contender?
For the mark of the day there by...
We look at CPR Outdoor Centre, mark of the day.
Jackie Rinder, sensational effort by him. Good tackle from behind. Defensive pressure by Collie. And the forward 50 crony was absolutely cinching that player there was Jai Smith.
Isn't it amazing? You don't get a lot of time to think or when you're playing league footy, and you can see that first game nerves on some of them.
Absolutely. Boundary line thrown, but it is in the forward area of Collie. Well done by Rinder. Pushes play out of the contest. Collie have the numbers through traffic. Good effort. Didn't panic. Might be holding the footy. Play onto advantage here. Collie again by hands. Falls to his teammate. Good defensive spoil, but spoil straight down the Collie player's throat. Goes one way, goes down. A bit of candy here. Goes on his left foot and probably deserved better. And Robert Chitty puts up the first score for Collie. They are 1 point. Eaton a 2-3-15, and that is on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard, Crony.
He did that well, didn't he, Cam? Everyone thought he was a right footer spinning onto his right. He tricked everyone around his left. He just couldn't finish it off as such.
Shout out those interchange bench there to Harvey Norman betting. Bunbury, Crony, very hot. They're even doing the running. I'm feeling tired just looking at the runner go out from both sides.
Well, we only stood down there for 15 minutes and we raised a sweat.
Tell you what, yeah, but shout out to the Collie too. Had the best hot dog going around. Absolutely sensational.
Well, best hot dog so far this year.
The first hot dog, Crony. Well, I tried to have one at Claremont over, mate, yesterday. Pretty ordinary. The Collie hot dog was far better. So shout out to the Collie canteen, ladies. Brilliant hot dog it was.
Oh, this is a turnover.
Go down the line here. It is, the numbers are here, those with Eaton. One of those players is Matty Thompson. He goes on his left. Defensive wing. The numbers are here with Collie. Puts his head over the pill. But well done by Eaton. They're out in the batter. Good tackle from behind. Might have just got him high. It's the ladder. And good effort then by Jack Saunders. Saunders switched the ball to centre half back. They do well, don't they, here, Eaton? They just have the ball in their hands and they switch the play when they can.
That's a bit of a setup, though.
Callum Brooks trying to bring rain. Oh, roving front centre. This another one of the Hill ball. That's Ellie Hill. He goes up the corridor and finds Paul Rinder. Rinder will go on his left foot. Kicks ball to centre half forward. 2 or 3 players here from behind. Collie have the numbers though. How's it going to bounce? Bounces okay. Have the numbers here. Can use the play. Handballs well done here by Collie. Salmira has a footy. Draws his players. An ordinary player. The Ellie Hill again. Handball over the line there to Josh Scott. And Josh Scott kicks the ball to that. That's a free kick surely. Definitely opportunity there. And you can't do that, Crony, when you're running into goals. But once again, the pace and the delivery by
I think he had very little the defender could do on that.
Nah.
He had to give the kick away anyway, so...
Jeez, Ellie Hill,
well, this will be
he's been lively, hasn't he?
Hey, he's been very, very good. This will be Kobe Stevens' first deliberate shot of goal, the new recruit for the Eaton side.
And we goes here, Croney's going to do a little kick around the corner. A little casual step, and he's missed absolutely everything apart from probably the crowd in the background on the right.
He probably won't take a
pocket.
replay of his first shot at goal for Eaton.
Unfortunately.
Because he has missed everything.
But knowing our cameraman, don't worry about Dean. Dean is a good cameraman. He'll get that highlight, and they'll replay that over and over in the bay every week and say, look at your kick, mate. Ordinary.
Terrific pass to the bloke sitting on the bank up there.
Certainly do. So going to kick it to the water boy. He was in the road, but he gets out of the road and allows the play Odin Kirk to mark the ball. Half-back flank here for Collie. They'll trail by 13 points, and we've gone 21 minutes of this first quarter. What have we seen here, Crane?
Boundary umpire has called it out.
I think he's run out of bounds.
Yeah, the boundary umpire is bringing it back.
Certainly did. And who's your chance for best on ground for WA Coop Carpet Supermarket? The Hill boys, Craney, they've been lively, haven't they?
Absolutely. They just showed an enormous bit of pace for the Eaton side at the moment.
Boundary line throws the footy in. Umpire has it through traffic. Well done. Collie moved the ball out and finds their teammate, Bignell. Bignell down the line here. Numbers of those. This guy's been pretty impressive. That's Matty Thompson on the left. He has a bit of laugh to the interchange bench because they tried to poleaxe him in the interchange bench, but didn't work. Once again, Eaton keep their feet. Handball's okay. Through traffic. Good defensive pressure. They're not panicking here. Well done by the Boomers. But well done by Collie, by hands. And there he is. Quarter time here. Craney sees the away side. That's it. Eaton Boomers. They are 2-3-15. Collie are 2. Single goal scorers to Brooks and also to Humphries. But I tell you what, Eaton are switched on, Craney.
Absolutely it was. Thanks to Dale Alcock, Home Southwest and KFC. It was a bit of a different first quarter. And we'll be back after the break with all the action from quarter two. And welcome back to the Collie Recreation Ground. First quarter done and dusted. Eaton 2 goals, 3-15. Collie Eagles just the solitary 2 points. But Cam, Eaton had a lot of the footy in that first quarter. Probably, I don't think they got value for money. I think they would have liked to have gone in there with 5 or 6 for the amount of footy you had. Opens the door for the Collie Eagles.
Tell you what, the brothers on the wings, both Jackson and Ellie Hill, number 6 and number 13, are running amok on the wings. In the midfield class, Craney of Greg Humphreys, and I'm very impressed with the lad down back, number 29, Tom Harris. Very good player at centre half back.
Just go around the grounds quickly for Geograph Civil, geographcivil.com. Down at Margaret River, which is going to be a very interesting down. Donnybrook lead by a goal, 7-6-48. They lead AMR 6 goals, 6-42. So a very good contest going down there. I'm still going to get a score from the Dunsborough South Bunbury game, so we'll get that as it comes through. As we're just about to start the second quarter, you're right with the Hill brothers. I reckon Collie want to tighten up around the centre stoppages. Eaton took it out of there way too easy. Greg Humphreys he's doing too much for my liking if you're a Collie Eagles coaching place, so they'll need to quieten him down. And Arinda doing quite well in the ruck, but just the pace around those stoppages, if Collie can slow that down a bit and get a ball forward to give their forwards a bit of a chance.
Absolutely. It's Alan Crane and Cam Robbins doing the calling for SEN Spirit WA. Thanks for your company on this absolutely sensational Sunday afternoon at Collie. Where would you rather be, Crane, but watching a game of footy down here?
Oh, absolutely. And we're also going for the coach of the day too, for thanks to the Bank of Queensland. They're looking for someone who makes a good move. Ball up in the air, second quarter about to go. This is SEN Spirit and this is Cam Robbins.
Umpire throws a ball up. Beautiful knock effort there by Paul Rinder. Hits the ball forward. Clevy back into play. There's Humphreys again. Just bursts his way through the pack. Tried to find his teammate. That was Callahan. He overran it. Collie can now come out of play here through Bignell. This is better here by Collie. They kick the ball down to the half-forward flank. Beautiful kick to space.
Oh, good
and great
grab.
mark in front of the mitts. That was a very good transition play. But how Zach Paletti delivering the ball to the key forward in Jace Fontana. And this is the third really shot at goals they got, Croney, at the moment.
That's what we were talking about. Settle down, open the ball up, move it quickly down, give your forwards a bit of a chance. You put it out in front of Fontana like that, 9 times out of 10 he's going to take the mark. And if he seals this, it'll be a great start to the Collie Eagles second quarter.
Certainly is, which has gone just on 51 seconds here, Croney. So usually a good reliable kick is Jace Fontana, number 12 for Collie. He goes on that arc. Kick on the left, awkward kicking style, but how good's that? Straight through for the first goal on the board for the Collie side, and promising start by them, Croney. Taken 1 minute in the second quarter, but they've nailed the first.
Yeah, it wasn't only that, it was the way they went about it, Cam. You know, it was direct, it was secure, and they just...
Replay then, all the goal umpire said, I don't have to do anything, I just put the 2 fingers out because it went over my head.
Thanks to KFC and Dale Alcock Home Southwest for your support this afternoon. And a very good start to the Collie Eagles.
In the margins back to 7 points.
We're also
Eaton
looking for
2-3-1-2.
tackle of the game too. So if you see one of them, Bunbury Mower Service, in fact in the first quarter there was a very good one that hopefully Jared's written down.
There's a heap of them, mate. So ball throws up again. Socket off the ground then by the Eaton player with Jack Saunders. Kick the ball to centre half forward, just bursting through the pack. Just that's great footy, isn't it? Going through the pack here, but pushed off the ball here. Didn't keep his feet. Now he's a bit of trouble. Held to him, but excellent effort by that player. Pick him up and in it by Collie Craney.
I think it's Davison because he's been very, very good all afternoon.
It certainly is, Craney. It's Cameron Davison, centre half back. That was very good play here. So right off the ball here, held to him to Humphreys. The umpire says, give the ball to me. So they've settled a bit, I reckon, Collie, Craney.
I think they needed to, yeah. I reckon the coach has just got him in there and said, hey, boys, we just need to chill out a bit and get our hands on the footy.
Yeah, Settle Gretel plays here with Eaton. Just stood up in the contest as well, was Lockie Kent. So Kent goes down the half-forward flank here. Oh, shocking bounce. Ordinary bounce here. All players, every player's left the play and the ball bounced over their head. Little check side banana kicks by Michaels going nowhere. Umpire's called played on. The hands was okay. Tried to find the play there was Chitty. He's overran it. The player from Eaton didn't. That was Lachlan Kent. And boundary line thrown right in front of the interchange bench, thanks to Harvey, Norman, Betting and Bunbury, Craney.
That's why we love our game. When that ball just didn't do what it meant to do. It bounced on its end. It went every which way but loose.
Umpire throws a ball in. Once again, using his body extremely well was the Rutten there, Rinder. Hands was okay. Falls in the hand of Jack Saunders. He's been very good too. Saunders tried to find his teammate up for it. Well done once again by Davidson. Sells a bit of candy and decides to switch the play. Brilliant play, Cameron Davidson. Finds his teammate Lace out. That's Jeb Swallow. Swallow go down the far side. And
so they're looking much better, the Eagles.
A lot better they are. The Collie Eagles at Edge Craney, not the West Coast Eagles. The Collie Eagles. Shout out to them. Good win last night over the Dockers. Ball comes to ground.
He just needed that to stay in. Just had a bit too much heat on his over the line, but gee, Davison, he's playing an absolute bottler down back.
Playing very well. So 3:58 have gone in this second quarter. Eaton 2-3-15. Collie a 1-2-8. And that is on the KFC scoreboard. Well done to them. Umpire throws the ball in. Shallow throw in by the umpire. Well done by both players trying to get the ball out. They squeeze it out somehow to Michael. Michael's tackle. Little skipperoo around the corner here. Up goes and takes a clinger.
Put that one down.
That's a pretender for the mark of the year. Deegan Cummins is taking a corker about 15 metres out.
The CPR Centre, outdoor centre, they'd be pleased with that one. He nearly stood on top of a patio then.
Fantastic, wasn't it? Got the mullet, got the tats. He's looking a pretty mean, lean fighter machine. Does Deegan Cummings.
They look a different side, do the Eagles coming out this afternoon. That's why I said I think Easton wasted a lot of their opportunities because they are looking very comfortable.
So Cummings right behind this, kicks it low.
Oh,
and
deserved better than that.
The point, probably a bit too casual approach at goal for Mont Craney. Got to Eaton maintaining possession, centre half back.
I've just got a score from Geograph Civil from around the ground, and I'm not sure whether this is right, but South Bunbury 9 goals for quarter time to the Dunsbury yet to score.
Geez, 13 scores, shots to nothing, Craney. So through traffic here, once again, Eaton through Lockie Kent. There's no one to kick to, so he's kicking it into a bit of space here. Running on the contest, ordinary handball then by the Collie player there in Salmeri. Now he's back in to get his own ball. That's better by him. Kicks the ball to half-forward flank. There's one of the Hill boys. Got a bit of run and carry. That's Ellie Hill. Goes on his right foot. Beautiful vision by him. And they have the footy here. Kicking half out from goals. Goes on the left foot now to space. And there he is here. Jackson Hill, he swings the ball to a bit of space
they
here.
They both stood back and waited.
Look, they thought the other player's might be holding the footy. Now he does a little check side banana. It's going to run through for a goal. And Callan Brooks nails his second. Just when Collie Craney get themselves back into the contest, Eaton answer back.
Yeah, they made something out of nothing. Then when the ball come across, both the Eaton players stood back and waited a little bit. And I think it was Brooks, was it, Cam?
Yeah, Callan Brooks. So that. Play, ball go through, and the goal umpire had nothing else to do about saying that's all clear for me, and another goal then to Eaton. 3-3-21 to 139 margin, 12 points.
And I tell you what, that interchange bench is getting a big workout thanks to Harvey Norman betting. They'll need their bet from Harvey Norman after today's effort. Cam?
And it's the expert comments cranium by MGIB. Like a good neighbour, MGIB is there. So in the centre ground once again, a Collie. Good little couple of 2 minutes by them, but Eaton have answered back with another goal. Rinder, beautiful tap by him. Barove this time, holding the footy then. Good decision by the umpire, so well done by Collard. He just comes through the centre of the ground and kicks to a bit of space. Geez, dropped the mark. Should really mark that play. It was the first game when they were in Broadbent. He kicks the ball back. Good vision. Good defensive pressure here by the Boomers. Running out of play. Burst his way through. That holding the footy. Good defensive pressure.
You just mentioned that defensive
Eaton.
pressure. That's what you want from your forward line, isn't it? They weren't going to let that ball get out. It's hard enough to get the ball into your forward line, and more often than not, it's too easy to come out. That was Eaton last year, but they did everything in their power to hold that in, and now we have Kalani Brooks shooting for his third.
Third goal, yep. One in the first now. He's already got one in the second. Right behind this kick here, Craney. Callan Brooks. No breeze to worry about. He's aimed it right. It's not going to come around
I think
at
he
all.
allowed for that no breeze there,
Yeah,
Kemp.
as we said before the game, Craney, there's hardly any breeze, if anything, it's coming across the ground.
That's a bit of a task to get that footy back from down over there.
Certainly, he's going to jump the fence. Now it's run through the gates. He's going to jump the gates, do the steeplechase and come back.
He's just down doing a bit of shopping in the middle of Collie down there, but he's back now.
He is. He kicks the ball over the line here. So we're away again around here through Jai Smith. He's just waiting for his teammate to jump the fence. Now he's going to run into space, I reckon, get a kick. What's this? He's jumped the fence.
He'll be tired after that.
now
I don't know whether he actually wants it.
He said, no, I don't want it. Kick it over. So he does. The kick's too long, though. Broadbent once again dropped to Soda. Good defensive pressure. Might be a slam tackle. The umpire said, no, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. So we're going just on 8:49 of this first half of footy, this first round clash in the Southwest Footy League between Eaton and Collie. Eaton 3-4-22, Collie a 1-3-9. Craney, 13 points. It was exactly that margin at quarter time.
Yeah, Collie look better, don't they? They look slicker in this quarter. They just got to get, as I said, value for dollars on the scoreboard.
So Rinda, very clever use of the palming of the ruck. Well done through hands, through traffic. Cop one high, surely. The umpire saw that as well.
I like the stoppage work of Eaton at the moment, though. They've got that little short handballs just enough to open up into space.
So it's Hodgkin has the footy now. Switch order centre half forward. Geez, he's been everywhere, hasn't he? Caelan Brooks, early contender for the player of the game here, Craney, I would have thought.
Yes, the player of the game.
Brooks a bit of space.
Or the Hemp Brothers rising star even.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, mate. He's a definitely upcoming player. They've got a couple of young, lively lads, haven't they, Eaton?
Yeah, look, I'm liking what I've seen from both these sides, actually. As I said, they struggled in 2023, but they've bolstered their sides, definitely.
So the footy now might stay in out of bounds on the full. No, it's just stayed in, so good kick in the end. They go down the line, that defensive wing to Collie, and there he is, a player with immense talent, Tommy Harris. Sweeping down back, he decides to switch the play and finds Jack Saunders. So Saunders, centre half back here, he goes up the corridor, risky kick, and they're running into a bit of space.
It'll allow him to peel out to this side, though.
So Stephen Kane has the footy now on this commentating wing here at Collie. He goes down the line, beautiful kick. Oh, dropped to Soda, like it's not out of bounds.
Gee, I reckon he kicked that out of bounds on the full, you know.
Had it before he spent it, Craney, wouldn't it? There's Lachlan Kent. And you don't want to see that on the replay,
I know he
Craney.
could see a bit of a paddock in front of him. Easy done, though.
So umpire's going to throw the ball in. Good throw in by the boundary. Shout out to them. Do a good job every week, do the umpires. Falls into the hands there of Ely Hill. He tries to find his teammate. That was
we
Stephen
talk
Kane.
about Greg Humphreys. You see the starry stuff he does, but there was a nice little shepherd just then
Off the
that
ball,
just created enough room for Eli Hill to get a bit of space.
They're the 1%ers, Craney, don't they?
That's right. The people don't see that make a footy side.
Yeah, the local expert, Craney, you picked that up. Former coach and legend of the Southwest Footy League yourself. So ball comes down the right from the interchange bench again. Put his head over the footy. Good courageous effort. He's been lively too, Deegan Cummings.
I tell you what, the skill level has lifted dramatically from that first quarter.
Into Baines bench as Talon Michael, the captain, goes back onto the side here. Right into the action here. Boundary line throw in. Socket off the ball there. Used his pace extremely well. Now a bit of pressure here. The pressure by Eaton behind the ball is good. Heard the call. Did not panic. That was Scott. Scott around the corner. Found his teammate. He's been absolutely everywhere, Brooks. And they chipped the ball down the line. Good play here, Collie.
A runner on the outside, but too late to use him.
This guy's pretty impressive too, like him, Matt Thompson as well.
Yeah.
He kicks the ball down the line. He's turned the ball straight back over, and I've set him up. He let me down. So Bignell has it. He goes down to centre half forward. Ball over the top by Eaton was Kevin. That's Hodgkinson. They have his numbers here to Eaton. Down the line here, they have the footy. That was Kent. Ordinary kick by Kent. Try to find his teammate. That was Brooks. He's caught one high. And the umpire says give the ball. He's got
been very busy here, Brooks.
He's got leather poisoning at the moment, Craney.
He has it, that. He's doing some very good stuff.
Kalani Brooks, he can chip the ball on the far side, and he does do that. And Lockie Kent has done okay as well, right in front of this wing here. So Kent gains a few minutes, toughed off the ball. It's not out of bounds on the full, it was touched. And good communication between the field and also the boundary umpire. 12:49 have gone in this first half. Eaton 3-4-22, Collie 1-3-9, margin of 13 points, Craney.
Absolutely, and not a bad game of footy. The standard is definitely lifted, as I said in that first quarter. It was a bit rusty getting into it, but they've definitely settled.
Umpire throws a footy in over the top. He's doing a mountain of work. He's ringed in the ruck, but Collie have the numbers. Good tackle from behind by the player there in Jack Saunders. And boundary umpire says, give the ball to me for another throw-in.
Tell you what, there's a few hands on these already here. We're only into the second quarter.
And fantastic crowd here, Crane. Like I said, over 600. Great to see the local community, Collie, come and support their team at the moment, who've got a bit of run on at the moment, but they still trail by 13. There's Thompson again. He lets his teammate go onto it. Now he's going to give it back to Thompson, and Thompson's going to get it. He uses that left. Beautiful use of the footy. Here's one class player. Kick around the corner here by Eaton, by Saunders. They've got the numbers around the contest here are Eaton, but Collie burst through the pack. Fantastic defensive play. Finds his teammate. That was Michael. Michael plays for a free kick. Hasn't got it. Very smart play, wasn't it, by the captain? Tell him, Michael. How smart was that?
Bit of experience, isn't it?
Yeah. So Tell him, Michael pulls the trigger in the corridor. Good kicks. It's come off. They have the footy now. Should have used the play over the far side. That was Rinder. Didn't see him. Now Rinder's trying to get the footy. He might still get it here, Jackie Rinder. No, it's not. Just about to throw right in front of us.
That was a little flick pass, I think.
I didn't see it. The umpires didn't, so it's play on to advantage. So Stephen Kane has a footy now. Can draw the play over the top. 1-2 here. Saunders over the top. This is great play here. Falls in the hands of a player there, and that was Hill. It's Ellie Hill. But touch on the boundary, and the poor old player from College could have jumped the fence to relieve the pill again.
Yeah, I think we need to put someone down that hill. For anyone who's listening in, there's a bit of a steep incline up to those goals there. Maybe leave a little bit of a net.
You don't realise how smart you are. We need a hill. There's 2 hills playing for
oh, there you go.
Crony, so I thought you meant that.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Sensational work
from
the local expert,
Max. I didn't get it either.
Alan Crane. That's Alan Crane and Cam Robbins doing the calling for you on SEN Spirit. Thanks for your company on this Sunday afternoon at Collie.
Thanks to Garage Doors Southwest for your support this afternoon.
It's 3-5 to 1-3. Just over 15 minutes have gone in this first half. So they go down the defensive wing to Collie. Numbers here with them, but trying to push his way through is Brinder, the big Ruttman, through traffic. Michael, sensational. Jaws a play over the top. Got the 1-2 here. Now they pull the trigger in the corridor. Good vision then. And finds a teammate. They're off here. Trying to urge a player to come to nothing. Jizzy's ran a long way. Might be umpire's letting go, so well done.
It's still going.
Through traffic again. He used every metre he's got. Goes to a 2-1. Like it's not a push in the back here, but kept his feet. Well done by Collie. Now centre half forward. Heard the call from behind. But once again, Eaton have the numbers. They did not panic. This play's been everywhere. Matty Thompson uses the handball. Oh, handball to the wrong player then. Heard the call from the Collie player.
He deserves a goal.
He kicks around the corner and touched the end.
That was Davison again.
It's Davison again, but maybe Thompson heard the call from Davison. Davison thought he was playing for Eaton, Crony, and that's how we ended up with a ball.
There's got to be some theory behind that.
100%. So 3-5 to 1-4, margin of 13 points, exactly what the margin was at quarter time. So beautiful kick by Collard. Gains about 45 metres on the defensive half back of the ground here at Collie. So Eaton, they've just settled. Collie got themselves back into the game, but Eaton now have just steadied the ship here. Now they go down the line here, and good mark here has been taken by Saunders.
This is going to be a good test for your mental. You know, you're going to be physically tested this afternoon. So when you get physically tested, your mental drops off a little bit. So I'll be interested to see which side holds out in very warm conditions.
So Matty Thompson's got the zinc on the snout now. Good thinker by Thompson.
Oh, well trapped.
His teammate. Didn't panic. He's going to go back to Thompson or Collard. It's the latter. So Collard has it. That's Carl Collard. Risky kick. His bending down was Rinder's sensational. Good smother by his opposition, Ruckman. Rinder didn't have it, surely. Umpire saw it. He's a very smart player, Rinder. So has the footy now.
D'Angelo smothered that. It was pretty handy.
Decides to play on this time to Brooks. He's been everywhere. So Brooks chips to space. Smart kick. Just pulled it, Crane. He heard the call from the far side from the player there, Jackson Broadbent. That was a very, very clever kick.
Showed a bit of class, didn't it? And he showed a class every time he's got near it as Kalani Brooks.
So here is the first gamer, Jackson Broadbent. Missed one in the first quarter. Can he make amends here in the second?
For his first game for Eaton, he's played waffle, but
yeah,
first game just better clarify that.
Yep, absolutely. That's why the local expert, Crony, so Broadbent leans back on this.
Got every bit of that, I think.
Bumping kick by him and pulls the jumper to his.
Oh, he's been watching
Reedy. Yeah, he goes, how good am I? So Jackson Broadbent, first goal I think for his club here at Eaton, and Eaton Boomers 4-5-29, 1-4-10. The margin is 19 points, and we're gone 18 minutes of the first half.
Yeah, the big. Harvey Norman interchange bench. I hope he's not. I think he might just have him in a relieving break. I hopefully can, because he's been very, very good.
Certainly has, and running on the ground there for Collie is Jade Pitches. Geez, I'd love to have hair like that, Crony. Love his lovely orange locks, mate. Fortunately, I'm losing half of mine, so not travelling too well at the minute.
Too much time combing it for me, mate.
I love you, Crony. I love to have thick hair like you. So middle of ground once again, roving. It's Collie. Handball's okay.
Well, we put the same rinse through.
Thompson through traffic, sensational. Found his teammate Hill. Hill's going to get it again. Bursted through pack. Umpire said you had it, lost it, and finally the umpire says, give the ball to me. So later stages for this second quarter, we've got 19 minutes. 19 points is advantage of the visiting side in Eaton. Once again, good ruck work by the big ruckman there in Rinder. But Collier out. Beautiful handball by then. Finds his teammate. That's Swallow. Swallow, that's better. Pulled the trigger. They found Michael. The captain calls for it, Crony. Give it to him. That's what happened then. So Michael go down the line. Keeping his feet in the end was the Collie player there in Chitty. Now it goes back to the 1-2. Kick around the corner by Pitches. To a 2-on-1. A good spool over the top. Once again by Eaton defender in Craig. But standing his ground, kicking the ball very high. Should have used his teammate in the goal square.
If he had his time again, I think he would.
Fontana looks at him and goes, what are you doing, mate? I was here by myself.
Just got to thank Jared O'Brien for doing the Wilson's Brewing stats for us this afternoon. But his daughter's been helping him out. And look, he's got some nice pictures on there.
I'll tell you what, also, she's eating some beautiful fairy floss too. The light blue fairy floss looks absolutely sensational.
There's a picture of a house and a fish. And
a
what
piece
are
of fairy floss.
there, Jared?
And a fairy floss as well.
Thanks to Wilson Bury, they're good sponsors.
So go down the line, Jackson Broadbent, he kicked the last goal.
And
now
I think he'll get a bit of confidence out of that too as Broadbent.
So that's the footy now. Jaws a player that puts his player under pressure. Oh, sells a bit of candy.
Mind.
Goes one way, goes the other way to Saunders. He goes down the line. A 2-on-1 just bursting his way through the pack and puts a tackle on. Cop that. Jack Moundsey, how good was that? And gives him one too. Yeah, how good am I? And it's on for young and old right in front of us. These two lads
getting to know each other a bit better.
Both got an ink all over both arms.
Umpire's thrown it back up and they're off again.
Yeah, well done. Play through traffic. And that's out of bounds on the full right in front of us. Has the beautiful camera work. And it's still on.
Umpires are just sorting it out in front of us.
As they do.
Bignell will end up with a kick.
So Bignell has it. He kicks the ball down the half-forward flank. Clever kick to space. And finds Jace Fontana. Probably a little bit out to goal to kick for goals here, Craney, you think?
Yeah, it's too far out for Jace this one. But, gee, I'll tell you what about him. Bignell, beautiful.
So Fontana kicks the ball to the hot spot. Over the top, good pack of players. Collard, beautiful roving front.
He's been busy, hasn't he, Collard?
And uses the ball so efficiently, doesn't it? Finds Jackson Hill.
Well, everyone was fumbling in the first quarter. Collard had that bit of composure.
Well, sells a bit of candy. He made him look silly, did Saunders.
He's
Saunders
off.
Has another bounce.
No.
Good chase then. Still going on the line. Well done by Collie. And have the footy here. Good shepherd off the ball. Well done by the Collie side. And good diving marks been taken by Jace Fontana. Starting to come in the contest now.
That is a great matchup, Fontana and Harris.
Kicks the ball to space and picked out his opposition player. And that's the captain of the opposition side. That's Humphreys. So Greggy Humphreys pulls the trigger on the corridor. Oh, lack of talk then by the Eaton players. Pushed off the ball easy.
Here's an opening.
Here then by Collie. Jebby Swallow from outside 50. And
Jeb Swallow will not miss
Swallow.
that.
Great goal by Jebby Swallow. And unfortunately, lack of talk between the Eaton players because Humphreys pulled the trigger, Craney, to the centre-half back position. And the lack of talk by the Eaton players forced the player there, Jeb Swallow, who left his player, took the game on and kicked a fantastic goal.
Great to see Jeb Swallow back at the...
Absolutely. So here on the scoreboard here, thanks to Dale Orcock, Southwest Homes and KFC, Eaton Boomers 4-5-29. Collie Eagles are 2-5-17. If the maths is correctly, Cranet's advantage of 12 points to the away side.
Just quickly around the ground, thanks to Geograph Civil Cam. Donnybrook 9-8-62. Lead AMR 6 goals 8-44.
Umpires going to throw the ball up again. As I said, just gone over 23 minutes of this first half. Rinda just standing his ground, does the double fist hands, but roving front and centre. This is better by Collie. Kick was okay by Bignell to a bit of space. In a bit of trouble now, holding the footy. He's been absolutely sensational, Jackie Saunders.
Bignell did that well in the middle, though. He chopped the Eaton run out of that centre.
So Saunders by hands, found Collard. Collard heard the call from Humphries. Humphries can chip the ball over the far side. He's urging a player to run to a bit of space. Very smart kick.
Why wouldn't you run to that boot?
Humphries just goes, just run over there and I'll give it to you, lace out. And exactly what he did. So Hill has it. Also another very good kick to him finds Adcock. Adcock outside the 50-metre paint line there. He kicks the ball to the hot spot here. A 2-on-1 taken. A very, very good mark right on the
this
siren.
will be handy too. This
will be handy, but shout out to Humphries. His vision. He urged a player, Croney, to run to space, and I'll kick it to you.
As a forward, you'd go there, wouldn't you?
Oh, you would.
And look, his first shot at goal, the new fella for Eaton in Kobe Stevens, was not very good to say the least. It ended up in the car park. This will be a good one for this young man to get a bit of confidence up, and it'll be a great way to go into half-time.
So he's just in 40 metres, probably 30 metres directly in front. All the players around him urge him to kick it, but Collie players are trying to put him off here. So here he is, just throwing the ball in his hands here. Leans back on this one. And he's pushed it wide for a point only. So minor score half-time here sees Eaton Boomers 4-6-30, Collier 2-5-17. And it's been a fantastic half of footy. The advantage of 13 points to the away side, Croney.
Yes, that's half-time. And thanks to KFC and Dale Alcock Holmes. We'll be back after the break for our half-time break from the Hollow Beach Bar, I think, is doing that. That'll be a nice spot to sit.
Great. We'll be there this afternoon, Croney, I reckon, after this.
See you after the break. All right, umpire holds the ball aloft. You're listening to SEN Spirit, 6:21, and Cam Robbins will take it away.
Umpire throws the ball up. Under the ground was okay. Eaton got first hand to it, but Michael put a tackle on. Later, about 3 or 4 tackles as Michael trying to get the ball out here. Umpire's letting the play go on and held to him for another ball up. So, as Craney said, the premiership quarter's the third quarter.
It tests you mentally too. You've been in the rooms, you've got to switch on quickly.
Certainly do. Ruck work once again by Rinder. He socketed it down to the ground here, but Collie, there's Hill. Beautiful tackle. That's a contender.
Gee, that's a contender for our tackle. Bunbury Mower service.
He's so lively, isn't he, Hill? He's only probably 65 kilos.
He closes the ground up so quick. You think you've got a bit of space, the next minute he nails you.
So, very smart by Rinder. Just thumped the ball to centre half forward. But Collie have the numbers. He's been pretty impressive down back. I like the look of him. Rom Rise, he has the footy now on that far side. Hell, when he didn't have it, was Hill. Second effort was sensational. Put the heat on that play there in Kink. Here's Humphries. He won't panic. He decides to look at that vision. Johnson or by his Pat Malone. He goes on his left to the hot spot here. Goes to a 2-1-1. Leading under the play there was the Collie player here. But comes to Eaton. They have it here through Kane. Kane lays a tackle on. And that should be holding the footy. And it certainly is. Defensive pressure by Kobe Foster.
I think the big fella's got the kick, hasn't he, Kobe?
Yep.
He's still looking for his first goal for the Eaton Football Club. He's had a couple of shots. He's getting closer, isn't he? I mean, his first one was out in the full. His next one was a point, so I just got the Eaton manager up there saying he's put this one through. Are you going to agree with that? He's nodding his head.
So, yeah, he looks a big brute of a man, does Foster. Would not like to meet him in a dark alley, Craney, because he'll be all over you, I reckon. So, Foster.
I met him. He's a nice fella, actually.
20 metres
Don't know what he's like out there.
20 metres out. Bit of an angle. Taking his time. And this is critical for the Eaton Boomers early stage of this third quarter.
I think this is critical for his confidence as well.
Taking his time. Leans back on this. And he snuck it through for a major. The sausage roll to Foster. And first blood in the third quarter goes to the Eaton Boomers. They are 5-6-36. Collier 2-5-19. The margin's now out to 19 points.
And that'll be a relief for big Kobe Foster. You know, it's always hard to come into a new Forward. It's sort of not a bad system. They're going to have to learn how to work together, and that'll only come with a bit of time.
Absolutely. So 2:48 are gone in this third quarter. As I said, the margin's 19.
I like the look of that because you had Kalani Brooks up on that half-forward line too, and they're pretty handy side.
So umpire's going to throw the ball up. He's done a mountain of work, and the ruck is Rinder and wins another knock. Tried to find his teammate was Johnson. Bursts through the package. Collie strong kicks the ball to half-forward flank. Goes over the head, and defensive mark by Humphreys, the captain.
Are we putting that for a
Yes,
mark?
absolutely stood on his head, Cranig. So once again, he decides to switch the play and finds his teammate. That's Jack Saunders. Has also been lively. He can switch the play here to Collard. So
He's been a bit of a general, hasn't he, Collard, this year?
And never waste the footy either. They do the crisscross well, they do.
Look at the run on the outside.
Broad bent over the far side. They're running a muck here at the moment. Found a hill. Hill on that far wing goes, lowers his eyes. And they're doing what they like at the moment. Falls in the hands there of Stephen Kane. Kane goes to the hot spot here. And good set of mitts. There is again. Kobe Foster.
You can see that confidence. So the first couple he went out, he was a bit tentative, and he just ran under the footy. That time he just put his body in the line, made it very difficult for the defender to go around him and put harms out. That just comes with confidence.
Certainly does. There's your local expert, Alan Crane.
That's thanks to MJOB.
I'll call you Mr. Bunbury, mate. Mr. Crane. So here he is, Foster.
They call me a lot of other things. Or Jared does.
What if you're relation to Jodie Foster, that famous actress? But anyway, calling Kobe. Kobe Foster here.
Cousins.
35, 40 metres out. Leans back on this. Thank you very much,
Nailed that one.
He's already kicked 2 early goals in this third quarter, the premiership quarter. And I tell you what, Eaton, at the minute, they started very, very well. 6-6-42. Collier 2-5-17. The margins now extend.
You get run from half back, but
so now KFC scoreboard, Crane. You want KFC and you're hungry, knock yourself out. I'll have a whole bucket on the way home from
you don't mind
Collier.
your KFC on the way home, do you?
Mate. Herbs and spices, chips, you name it. The nuggets, I'm all over them.
And we're also looking for the goal of the year for Western All Pest Services. There's a big, that's a big one too. Goal of the year. Should that be goal of the day, Jared? Yes.
Leads into the goal of the year, but our producer Jared to our right. Both of us tipped Collie, and both of us in it well hurt at the moment because Eaton are playing a very good brand of footy. So on the far side now to Collie. Handball's okay. Found in the name Hands of Kink. That's no relation to Renee. Cop one high.
Gee, you've gone back a few years there, Cam.
Renee Kink, 36 for Collingwood. Good
absolutely.
Player. Hairdresser by trade too, Craney was. Renee King. All those listeners out there go, who was he? Was a good player back in the 90s for Collingwood.
He was a very big fellow, was Renee King.
Certainly was. They go down the line here. Numbers here, well done by that player then, Tommy Harris.
He's had a good day.
Does a big torpedo punt, but he's missed absolutely everything. And it's out of bounds on the full, so coming back with a bit of interest here at Collie. This is better. They go down the line, and a fingertip mark's been taken by Rinder. So Rinder, half-forward flank here to space.
Good
That's
spot up.
Very good effort. I think you'll find this is that player Cummings again. Took a good mark in the second, and now opportunity to kick a much-needed goal to Collie just to settle the ship, Crane. He just got to settle a bit.
Yeah, you know what I like about Collie, though? When they've showed patches of very good footy. They've moved the ball well. That was a brilliant spot up, a good lead, found a bit of space.
So Deegan Cummings, have a look at this kick.
It's done enough.
Good kick, young man. And that is a very good goal to the Collie side, and the first goal to Deegan Cummings, and they peg one back to the Collie side, 3-5-23 to 6-6-42. It's back to the margin of 19 points.
Who was supposed to be there?
That's it. So the KFC scoreboard, Eaton 6-6-42, Collier 3-5-23. So 8 scoring shots to 12. Eaton have got a lot of possession moving forward in the forward 50. And early stages of this third quarter, we've gone 7 minutes. They look very comfortable.
Harvey Norman interchange benches there. The coaches are both working those magnets pretty handy. It's always great being down there, Coach, game day.
So close to each other too, Craney, aren't
they?
Don't want to have too
they
many
could share
blues.
their water bottles down there.
100% going through traffic, that's better.
Bignell's made a big difference in the middle there for Collie.
Certainly does. Kick the ball to half-forward flank. Mopping up down back. Try to find Collard. Good tackle by him. That's a throw, surely. The umpire saw that as well. Good defensive pressure by Collard. I've been very impressed with him, Carl Collard, Croney.
I just think he's been a bit of a general right from the start. When everyone was fumbling, he wasn't. He had sure hands and was using the ball well.
Here he is again, Carl Collard.
and then, just as we say that,
he does a flat
never fails.
So off he goes, Bignell. Kicks the ball to half-forward flank here. Running hard at the footy, under a bit of pressure. Keeps his feet. The other player didn't. Hence the ball comes back to Humphreys. He won't fumble this lad. And good vision by him. And lace out finds Jackie Saunders. And copped a bit of a rib tickler at centre-half.
Does a lot of work, Humphreys, doesn't he? He's down back,
yep.
Prepared to go down back and help out his defensive unit.
So there's a footy now. Decides to switch the play back to Saunders. Just maintaining possession. The defensive 50 of the Boomers. Because they're in front by 19 points on the KFC scoreboard. 8:37 to go on in the third. They kick the ball down the line here. Big pack of players over the top here. Crumbs to ground. Beautiful defensive tackle once again by Eaton. It was Jesse Callahan. And the umpire says, give the ball to me. Fantastic conditions here in Collie. Shout out to the community. Come out to support their local team. I said close to 600 here at the moment.
Nice little atmosphere, isn't it?
Great atmosphere. Great hot dogs.
You'll be keen on the hot dogs.
Love them. Probably have one on the way home.
Just a quick around the ground, thanks to Geograph Civil. Donnybrook 13-10-88 have defeated AMR 7 goals, 850. And South Bunbury 13-7, would you believe, to Dunsborough, 1 solitary goal.
Geez, bit of surprise there, Croney.
Yeah, well.
On the far side here, bit of a blue on here. Look at that. There's blues on everywhere. 1, 2, 3 blues, doesn't matter.
But you
Collie go forward here with the ball. And while they're doing that, it's gone up to Jace Fontana. And there's spot fires everywhere with the blues. But well done by Collie. They
but
just
as
got
soon
on with
as
the
you're
footy.
doing that, you lose concentration of where the footy's gone. And Jace Fontana, he can bring Collie right back into this game.
So he did.
I've liked this game too. He's been made himself available. He's a bit starved of opportunities early.
He leads up well, doesn't he? So Fontana, opportunity. He's got, as we said, awkward kicker, so he kicks off his back foot onto his left, but usually a reliable kick for goal. Here he goes. Leans back on that left foot, and does not matter. Not the best kicking style, Croney, but very, very effective. You don't change your kicking style if you're effective as that. So well done by Collie. They've pegged a couple of goals back here, 4-5-29 to 6-6-42. That's on the KFC score, but it's back to 13 points. Exactly what it's at quarter time and half time.
Yeah, it's all right. They use the ball very well going into that forward line, and don't worry about that. This game is well and truly in the cards.
Certainly, yeah. It's just that when Eaton go forward and get in front, Croney, Collie has a tendency
They're
to
not going
back.
away, are
No,
they?
they're not.
But I like the way Collie are getting their goals with ease.
Exactly.
Well, I tell you what, who has made a difference? Adam Bignell in that centre. Went in there halfway through that second quarter, and he's toughened it out there.
He's a hard notice on Callahan at the moment. Rinder tried to find him. Got the head over the footy. Had it when he didn't have the ball, was the Collie player, and the umpire was right in the correct position.
We always say ebbs go, nebs and flow. This is Collie's little window.
D'Angelo's has it. Teal D'Angelo's goes on his left foot to
He's
half
got him
forward
too.
flank. And beautiful kick here. And here he is, Deegan Cummings, the centre half forward, running into a bit of space. A good purple patch here by the Collie Eagle side.
Good footballer Cummings. Already got one for the afternoon.
Yeah, good set of mitts on him, Croney.
Yeah, that was nice.
Out inside 50. Leans back on this. Pretty good kick, but Humphreys in the last line of defence.
No Collie players were down there. They must have been pretty confident he was going to kick that.
He marks it. So Josh Scott, back pocket. Switch around there to Jackson Hill. Not Jackson Hill, sorry. Jack Saunders.
Oh,
Same first name, but different surname.
they
Saunders
run
has it
themselves into
now.
a bit of strife.
They decides to switch, relayed free kick. Good decision by the umpire, so Collard has it. Now they're out here, finds his teammate. That's Tom Harris. He has the footy now. He switches the ball to the corridor. Beautiful kick and finds his teammate.
Man on the outside if he has a look.
Yep, that's Joel Moore. Finds it and heard the call, Croney. Lace out, finds his teammate. That's Hodgkin. Takes a bounce. Lowers his eyes. His ordinary kick in the end. But will it stand up okay? It does for his teammate. That was Kane. He overran it though. So Collie can come back with a bit of interest through traffic. Now nothing to kick to. He throws in a bit of space here. Going to take a bit of courage here, and it does take courage. It's a clever mark. Now they kick the ball to a low half-forward flank kick. Should have gone 2 hands, went 1, hence the error. Going to go on the hands of Humphries. Humphries just chips down the corridor. A little risky kick by here. Delangelo's read it well. Oh, fun with the footy then. Hot potato then. They go to half-forward flank here, and good mark here.
He's been good. He protected the footy then.
He did, Croney. They kicked the ball to half-forward flank. Beautiful defensive pressure here by Eaton, but they have the hands here. That's pitches. Kick was ordinary though. Set his play up to fail, and he certainly did. That's holding the footy. Beautiful tackle then by Jace Fontana, all the way from goals, Croney. What's he doing up there as a key forward?
The Bunbury mode, don't many come better than that from Jace Fontana.
Fontana by hands, falls in the hand as Bignell, and Bignell's just snuck in for a point. And a minor score only, but there's another score on the KFC scoreboard. Collie are 4-6, Eaton a 6-6. Margin is 12 points or 2 straight goals.
Not much in this game at all, and Collie have got all the play at the moment.
14 minutes are gone in this third quarter. They decide to play on, do the Boomers, goes down the line, tries to find the biggest man on the ground. That's Broadbent. He's overran it. Falls in the hand, though. They have the possession here through Tom Harris. He finds a teammate there in Matty Thompson. Will go onto that trusting left foot kick to a bit of space here. Tries a mark, took it underneath his feet, and he's paid that it's a mark. I thought it hit the ground.
So did I.
But Foster didn't. So Kobe Foster's, I think he snuck that in for a mark when it hit the ground. It didn't matter. Ball goes forward, and a rush by him. Probably if you're a Collie player, that's all it deserves, and it probably did, because he conned the umpire in to say he didn't hit the ground, but we saw it from in the commentary box. It definitely did hit the ground, Croney, I would have thought. So SEN Spirit, KFC scoreboard, Eaton 6-7-43, Collie a 4-6-30 margin is once again 13 points. So they kick the ball down the line and hugging the boundary line as Salmira takes a good mark.
Good to have him back, isn't it,
yeah.
Salmeri?
And dropped a soda in the end. It was pitches, numbers here. There's good through traffic. Good play, this kid Thompson. By hands, found his teammate.
Not quite sure where he is heading to.
Joel Moore, I don't know where he's going apart from kicking it to the Collie defender. And that's what he's done here. Put his player under pressure here. Eaton have the numbers here. One of those is Hodgkin. Kept his feet. Now he's a bit of trouble. Should be holding the footy. Umpire said no, it wasn't. So it's play onto advantage here. Put the ball over the top here. And finds a teammate over there in Swallow. Kicked a beautiful goal in the set. That's a relayed free kick. 9 times out of 10, that's what happens. And they have it footy now, the key centre half.
Well, no one on the mark over there.
So Cummings decides to play on, and leading on the play here, they have the numbers to Eaton. That's better. Well, the Rocket Gibraltar into defence there in Tommy Harris. And Humphries marks are right in front of that far defensive wing.
Bit going on out there too, gentlemen.
Yeah, no love lost between these two sides, Croney.
And nor there should be. I mean, there is 4 points on the line, so they're going to be very difficult to win all throughout the year.
So Kalani Brooks finds his teammate. That's Travis Hodgson. He decides a big switcheroo here. And Tommy Harris, been sensational. The Bruce Duel lookalike. Tommy Harris finds his teammate.
We need to get him a headband, do we?
We do. Saunders down the line to Matty Thompson. Those beautiful bright pink boots. He's a very good player, this kid, Matty Thompson. Very stylish, doesn't panic. Has to go back to his teammate in Harris. Pretty stagnant at the moment, Eaton. Because Collie brought the heat and the pressure in the second half. They kicked the ball down the line here and dropped the mark at the end through traffic. Geez, bit of fancy footwork there by Saunders. Likewise, the kick was good. Finds his teammate, that's Stephen Kane.
Gee, that's a good kick
too. That's led him under the ground. That's a kick 9 times out of 10. And here he is, Kobe Foster. He's owned this third quarter, Crane. He's already kicked 2. Now he's going for goal number 3, all in this third quarter.
And a bit against the run of play too, Collie. Have had a fair bit of it in the last 10 minutes. And look, very, very good.
Yeah, been pretty impressive, Eddie Foster. Yep.
I reckon he's working his way into it, Foster.
Certainly is. Nephew of Jodie Foster, the famous actress. We'll claim it. So here he is. Big centre half forward, Kobe Foster, and full forward. He's kicked 2
we'll get to have a look
and
see
quarter.
His kicking style. He'll be kicking right on 50.
Yep. And very copybook kicking style here. Kicks through the footy and not going to make it. Geez, that's a push off the ground, surely. Block, the umpire said no. Give you the benefit of the doubt. We could see it here. It might have been a push in the back, but the umpire said no, it wasn't. So a major minor score only to Eaton. 6-8-44 to 4-6-30.
Gee, the Collie backline has been very good today.
Yeah, provide that run in the carry on the half-back flank, don't they? This is another relayed free kick.
Gee, I'd be absolutely ropeable if I was the Eaton coach on that, Chris Kinnamont, because they were going to bring the ball back in the forward and they'd just given the ball straight back.
And here he is again, the full key forward. He's performed very well. Deegan Cummings, like the look of him. The kick wasn't so good, and the boundary is the best friend there. So 18 minutes are gone in this third quarter, and the KFC scoreboard sees Eaton 6-8. It is 44 to 4-6-30, a margin of 14 points.
Just around the grounds quickly, South Bunbury 14-10 third, 94, and Dunsborough 3 goals, 1-19 for Geograph Civil.
I actually get a tip right, I think, this weekend.
Yeah. Jared's back in South Bunbury home.
Jared, I'll give you a free tip, mate. Look both sides of the road before you cross it. That's a free tip. My daughter said that. Shout out to them listening online. And turn the ball over once again, because mopping down back is the big ruckman here. It's been a good game this afternoon, Paul Rinder. He goes down the lane. Good use of the body there.
He's been terrific,
He's
Davidson.
been good, Davison, hasn't he? Cameron Davison. He switches on that far side, and they go down the line here and taking a good mark. He's been pretty impressive too.
He has it, that Max Island.
Maxie Island. He's only young too, Island. Goes on that left foot, tucked deep in a pocket, and he's missed, just snuck in for a point. So Island thinks about 19.
Players are putting a lot of energy in, but not much result on the scoreboard.
So yeah, Maxie Island, only 19 years of age, so bright future for him. Keeping the ball in front of me. Geez, he's got a bit of pace, this kid. Goes to Bouncer's Hill, puts the afterburners on, nothing to kick to. He's going to kick the ball down the line.
That's
to
a clever
one-on-one.
kick.
Foster here. Not really quick by space. The kick was okay, but Foster just led under the footy then.
Yeah, I thought the kick just carried enough to put Foster in the back box seat, but it just went a bit far. But how's the turn of pace from the young fella
very quick.
in Jackson Hill?
Check him out. See, well done here for the Collie defender.
I'd
He
hate
just
to be
didn't
chasing
pushed
him.
off. Oh, yeah, he's
I'd
quick.
call it.
Yeah, he's very quick, and so is his brother.
How's those stats going, Jared
13,
O'Brien?
Ellie Hill.
For Wilson's Brewing?
Nothing like Wilson's Brewery, mate.
The thumbs up.
They boundary line throw in there. Well done by Rinder, got a hands of it. But they come out of here through Collie. Chain of handballs okay through Salmeri. They tug the boundary line here and might have been out of bounds on the full. It's touched. I think it's the ladder. And the shadows now coming over Collie. Croney getting some relief now from the sun, because about a half an hour ago it was 28.1 degrees. And we're in the late April.
Dean Lomax has just told us it's gone down a little bit.
Yep. You can see him not sweating anymore, poor Dino. Under that, got a bit of coverage now for Dean. Shout out to Lomax, sensational filming production partners for SEN. They have the footy now on that far wing. Who's it going to be, Croney? Doesn't matter. They have the footy now. Collard.
Stevie Kane, I think.
Collard's been. So is that just casually on his left. Oh, big leap from behind. It's about brought Crane here. Rupp in the back, surely. Players letting play go on to advantage here, but I tell you what, Matty Thompson's been rode into the dirt. How's that Collard? He's a right footer, Croney. Went on his left. He didn't muck around. Just off one foot, bang, and just about.
And he
saw
just
the mark
wanders
of the year.
around, doesn't he? But boy, gee, that was a big leap.
Certainly was. Umpire throws the ball up. Knock from behind was clever. It's going to be a risky kick, this one. Goes to 2-1. Geez, fickle bounce. Good tackle from behind, though. Held to him by Chitty. Should be holding the footy or held to him.
Chitty did that very well. He got as you said, a very fickle bounce. The ball bounced his end, but he didn't give up on the contest, and he laid a good tackle.
Fantastic effort by them. A good knock over the top by the ruckman, Rinder. Boundary line's going to be the friend here. Oh, that could have been
Oh, I
deliberate.
tell you what, he nearly stepped back across there.
So 22 minutes are gone. KFC scoreboard. The margin is exactly 12 points, 4-7 to 6-7. It should be, I think, 4-7 to 6-8. So 21 points. Umpire throws the ball in. Lucky did get a handball then. Costa to high through traffic. Got the hands out. Once again, the numbers are with Eaton. One of those is Callahan. He's set upon by 3 or 4 players. And Nothing like just rubbing your face into that dirt, Crane. You come out and get the kick. You just put the hand down and you make you earn the free kick. Exactly what happened then. So Rinder does the ruck knock, try to find the player Thompson, who's been lively. He's got the zinc on his nose just to make sure he looks after himself because, as I said, it was 28 degrees earlier on. And good crowd here, still with weighted breath, Crane. I can just see
the game sort
Collie
of
hanging in there, can't we?
Isn't it?
Good ruck walk over the top. Gave him the don't argue. Running through traffic here was very clever. Was the 19-year-old player there, Maxie Ireland. Now, Jeb Swallow, how's a bounce? Absolutely shocking. Collie just burst his way through in the middle of the pack. Handball's okay. Got the call back. Gave her the 1-2 back to John Scott. And Scott's turned the footy over and falls in the hand there of Bootsma. Famous name, Bootsma. That's Jaden. And three-quarter time here has come. So on the three-quarter time, the KFC scoreboard, Eaton Boomers 6-8-44 and Collie are 4-7-31, and I can't believe it. The margin is once again 13 points. Quarter time 13, half time 13. If you're lucky, legs 11, it's 13 again.
It is an absolute arm wrestle here at the Collie Rec Ground in the clash between the Collie Eagles and the Eaton Football Club. We'll come back after the break for the ripping last quarter. Where we see Eaton 6 goals, 8-44 to Collie 4 goals, 7-31. Every time I do that, Dean runs across in front of that scoreboard. Did you notice that?
Right in front of us too,
I'm Alan Crane, there you go. And Cam Robbins with you. And I'll tell you what, Cam, this game was a bit of an arm wrestle in that quarter, wasn't it? And Eaton had their moments, Collie had their moments, but still not much in the game.
Well, this is a bit of trivia for you, Crane. I love me trivia. Quarter time, 13 points of margin to Eaton. Half time, 13 points of margin to Eaton. Three-quarter time, 13 points of the margin to Eaton. And on the way home, I'm going to drop at the Crown Casino. I'm going to put number 13 on the roulette. Always gamble responsibly, Craney, but I think that's sending me a message. It's 13.
Something sent you a message. But as the players just break from their huddles to go out, it's going to test them, isn't it? It's been a hot day. Coaches are down, given their last. There's a bit of a number change as we have a bit of a look here. No. Number 19 for Collie is now number 15.
Jai Smith, he's done the changeroo, rip jumper, so someone's got to sew that up. No doubt all the volunteers at Collie Footy Club will get that. So 19 is now 15. That's Jai Smith. And once again, it's Alan Crane and Cam Robbins doing the calling for you and looking forward to this last quarter footy.
Thanks to MGIB. Of course, MGIB look after us very well on the show, on the Ball show with Jared O'Brien. We have a lot of
good
fun
show
with that.
Craney. Good show.
So good show. Welcome back, Jared. He's been running everywhere this
Producer,
afternoon.
mate, for SEN, the Bunbury region, Jared, the Xavier Ellis lookalike. He's everywhere, mate. Stats, fairy floss,
He'll
father,
sleep well
producer.
tonight,
He does everything.
And the arm wrestle continues. 4 points on the line. Last quarter begins. This is SEN Spirit, and this is Cam Robbins.
So ball throws up again. Rinder wins knock 465. He's
had a good day.
Kick off the ground then
Wow,
by
get under
Michael.
that.
He's kicked that up and bring the ball to ground. Left his play, and Hell didn't have the ball then thrown, and Polak's into the ground then and pick himself up there.
Took the wind out of his sails a little bit then.
Certainly did, and might be a report here, or was the umpire just pulling his pants up?
Just
I think it's
pulling
the
his
ladder,
pants up.
but he's still down on his haunches here. Looks in a bit of trouble here at the moment.
Yeah, I think the wind come out of his sail. Hit the ground pretty heavily.
Certainly did. Make
So we
sure
have
the runner's gone out to see if he's okay.
Have a player on the ground.
His legs are moving, so it's a good sign
Tell
there.
you what, that ball went up into a fair way in the air, didn't it?
It was Michael
From
socking off the
Michael,
ground, didn't it?
absolutely. So we've got a little bit of a break in play at the start of this last quarter. And players, tell you what, they're gonna struggle, aren't they? It's been a tough afternoon. It's been hot. First game of the year. Wonder who's going to be mentally tough enough, Cam Robbins, to run this game out.
100% Croney, as we know, and also Jared, 3/4 of the game is played above your shoulders.
So we're waiting on a stretcher to come onto the ground, I think, Cam, which is not good.
And they use that a few minutes time because I think there's a stretcher used in the earlier game too, Croney. So not a good sign here.
No, I can't pick up who that player was. I don't know whether you've seen it.
Hodgkinson. Travis Hodgkinson, number 20. So hopefully the young kid's all right. slammed onto the ground. Pretty hard ground here at Collie.
I tell you what, we haven't had rain up around this way for many months, so the grounds are pretty firm. That's the players will just go into huddle and wait.
So young Hodgson's okay. His legs have moved, so that's a good sign there. His teammates comes over to give him a word of courage. You don't like to see any player at any level, Craney, do you get hurt?
No, it's
always
just
duty of care there.
Earlier games this afternoon while we have this bit of a break in play. In the women's, Collie 2 goals, 1-13. Defeated Eaton 1 goal, 4-10. In the Colts, good win by Collie, 10 goals, 3-63. Defeated Eaton 5 goals, 8-38. In what was a pretty good Colts game. Great to see some numbers around for these two clubs. And for in the reserves, Collie 5 goals, 5-35. Were defeated by Eaton 10 goals, 12-72. Cam Robbins, a big break in play here at the moment. We must take all care, of course.
100%. And quickly, the other AFL games earlier on saw Sydney Swans defeated Gold Coast Suns. A shout out to our fellow commentator Darren McDonald. His young fellow Logan played his 50th game for the Swans. He kicked 2. And my beloved Hawks have finally won. They've smashed North Melbourne. So hopefully we've never had a spoon. Hopefully we don't get a spoon. So the winners this afternoon were Hawthorn over North Melbourne and also Sydney Swans over Gold Coast. And at the moment, there's a bit of a lull here at the moment for young player number 20, Travis Hodgkinson. I hope he's okay. He's just on the ground there. The stretchers come out and sign of respect to both teams here, Crane. They're just in the huddles here and they're just obviously concerned for their teammate if you're an Eaton Boomers player. And good to see the Collie boys showing them a bit of respect as well. So hopefully an update shortly with that young player, but hopefully everything's okay. We'll
just go around the grounds thanks to Geograph Civil. And yesterday, Cam, the results, Harvey Bulls, HBL. I heard you say go bang throughout this afternoon, but they went bang to the Harvey Bulls. 21 goals, 8, 134. Defeated the Harvey Bulls, 4 goals, 8-30. And that was a massive win and just a very tough game of football for Harvey. They very rarely touch the footy. And then Bustleton, the grand final replay from last year, Bustleton 13 goals, 8-86. Defeated Kerry Park, 8 goals, 5-53. And we'll just get Cam's got a bit of news coming in, Cam.
Yes, Brendan Jedd's kicked 5 as well, Croney, so good effort by him. So in a bit of form, Jetta, very good player, and he's kicked actually 5 this afternoon.
That's a pretty handy effort. Of course, joining the Donnybrook club, they need a bit of power up forward with Jeff Smith. I think Jeff Smith might have played 2s. If he played 2s, he's a very good 2s player, Jeff Smith. But he's been around for a little while.
Also to them, Croney, they're upgrading their change room facilities at Donnybrook, I believe.
Yes, they are. They'll be playing their footy at the Boy and Up Oval this year, but it'll be a bit of a pain, but the result will be well worth it. I've seen the plans out there. I sat with Peter Worsfold and we went through the plans. Of course, Peter, the president of the Donnybrook Football Club, and they are a magnificent setup.
We were down there 2 years ago. I think the first game I called SEN and was Donnybrook recorded in the truck.
Yep.
And that stage, they just had the schematic designs of the building. And good to see, 2 years' time, that building will come to fruition and find and provide Donnybrook a fantastic base.
Yeah, they're well and truly through it. I was out there the other day and they've put the first level down. They're just ready to start building the second story. And it ties in with the tennis club, so it's going to make a magnificent community
sporting precinct.
Hands Oval's another one that's going ahead.
How good is that looking? I follow that.
Leaps and bounds.
I always follow the Southwest Footy League on Facebook, and it's fantastic. Shout out to them because they always update the development. Yeah. And you think you're a part of it, Joe, when you see all the... It's great.
Yeah, Jason does a fantastic job of updating all those updates. And he did a bit of a walkthrough. I was chatting to him on breakfast with Jared 6 to 8, Tuesday to Friday this week. If you want to tune in and do that, always got to give a selfless plug. But chatting to him, and it's looking really good. They can't get upstairs and have a look at the moment because of the roof construction. But downstairs, a little bit of a look through. The change rooms are going to be nice and big, plenty of room for the players to warm up, and it's really, really going to bring some great footy to the Southwest. Hands Oval is going to be a oval that hopefully we'll see some waffle games, and who knows what the future might hold.
100%. And shout out to Dean too.
Do you reckon we might have a Southwest AFL?
We won't
go there, will we?
Shout out to Dean too. He's for always focused on the game, but he had a lot of input to make sure the commentators and the production team for both SEN and Lomax were looked up. He had a lot of input, so I think they bugged up the design, and he put his hand up and said, actually guys, you've got to do this a little bit better. So shout out to Dean, always thinking on your feet.
Dean was campaigning for a whole third story there at one point.
It's called the Lomax grandstand.
I like the lounge he's built in for us with a couple of fridges.
Oh, it's fantastic.
If you're wondering,
responsibility.
If you're wondering why we're just talking in amongst ourselves, it's because the game has come to a standstill because there is a player, he's still out on the ground. There's a lot of medical staff out looking after him, so we hope all is well and all care is taken. It's Travis
Hodgkinson, number 20. Number 20.
What do you think with this? Obviously, Collie felt like they were starting to find something in this last quarter. We've gone probably 30 seconds into it. What does this see? You can see the players stretching. Eaton are nice and tightly huddled. What are your thoughts going forward for here? Does this help Collie? Does it help Eaton? Or is it just a bit of a line ball?
It's just a blind ball, this, and it purely gets back to a mental stage. You know, you've done the work through in pre-season, but whatever work you did in pre-season doesn't prepare you for a full game that's going for 4 points. So, you know, that'll be... You've warmed down again, and you just have to get mentally tough to get going again. It's going to be very, very tricky for both these sides. But tell you the truth, Jared, there's 4 points on the line, and you've worked hard for the better part of 3 quarters. 3 quarters in a little tiny weeny bit, but you'd be ashamed to waste it now.
And shout out to the fantastic work our medicos are doing here, guys. They're just so much duty of care is involved with the players here from both sides, Jared. So you've got trainers from both sides being Collie and Eaton, arch rivals off the field, but on the field they're combining collectively as a unit to make sure that player's being looked after. Shout out to them, well done.
You never like to see a stretcher come out, do you? But when it does, it's the care that's put in by both teams. The umpires, of course, stopped the game pretty quickly there and made sure that the trainers were made aware. The players have all huddled around. Both coaches and both teams have gone and checked as well, so it's a real community feel. As you can see, the players from Collie just in front of us here starting to get up again and starting to get moving. There's a bit of a goal umpires are also coming in at the moment, so might be a bit of an extended break here for this one. I think one of the umpires has gone to speak to, looks like Kevin Nettleton over there, just to get a bit of an update on the situation and what it does. Obviously, the weather has helped us here, being a sunny day. You're looking at, what are we now, 5:15. If this was a dark, old, gloomy day, I think the lights might have had to be turned on just about for this last
just
quarter.
Come on out.
There you go. Look at that. It's like I predicted the future.
Jared's got connection. Jared just went the lights on and bang. Off they mate. He's got connections, mate.
I am from Collie. I speak, it happens here.
Just speaking of the lights, they are brand new lights at the Collie Oval here, and they are, from all reports, fantastic. So it's a good setup for the Collie Eagles. Well and truly help with their training, no doubt, but their night games as well. So a real big asset to the Collie Eagles. Is
Kevin Nettleton's on the phone at the moment too, so obviously some conversation around that.
Kevin Nettleton, of course.
Yeah, so I was predicting, and I was thinking the same thing, that the ambulance is going to be required here for this one. So we'll keep you up to date with what's happening here.
What the process is. The player has to take paramount. You have to look after our players.
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trainers there taking care.
You spoke, Cam, then about football clubs in the community, and that's why I've been so involved with so long, because it's fantastic throughout all rural WA to have a football club in your town. Unfortunately, there are a lot of towns that are starting to lose their clubs through the numbers being a bit out, so it's very important to have footy clubs, cricket clubs and tennis clubs in the community.
Well, they're basically social fabric. They're the hub what actually keeps people alive, Craney, don't they? Particularly all through this mental health space too, Jared, having the clubs who the vital probably unit in the community which basically binds everyone together, female, and fantastic, the female sport of football in the southwest, mate, is growing through the roof. So you have that camaraderie between the males and the females, even from a young age too. It's very, very, very good.
And I was over at the Collie Club rooms before the netball, the Southwest Netball Football League. I always struggle to say that one for some reason, but the netball sides get involved as well. The clubs, and we spoke to both a couple of the Collie and the Eaton clubs, and they've had their jumper presentations. They've had all the pre-season stuff. A lot of clubs doing big launches as well, which is nice to see. Treating it like a bit of a night out, and the fabric of these clubs, as you say, is the people coming and watching the game. That's
where he found it hard, wasn't it, through the COVID-19 situation? As the ambulance comes through the background now, it's going to come through over that far side here. We can see the ambulance coming through out on the oval there. So fantastic effort by the St John ambulance crew coming through the gate now. And once again, it's all about the care of this particular player here from the Eaton Boomers as the ambulance comes onto the ground. And just shout out to the family if you're watching there. In the best handle of care here, you've got 5 or 6 local trainers now. The St John ambulance are onto the ground. So, Crania, they couldn't be in better hands.
No, that's right. And what I think we might do, gentlemen, because our coverage is going to go right the I think we'll go through our wards.
Yep.
And then we'll do them.
We are extending the coverage out, so we won't drop out halfway through. Just to
No,
let you know, Cranny, our tech team in the background is working hard to extend that out. So we will get the full game in, and obviously if you're watching on the app, we'll get it in as well.
Yeah, so let's go for the goal of the day. Goal of the day so far. What are your thoughts? I've got Kalani Brooks has got a very good one in. He's probably my choice for the goal of the day. What's your thoughts, Cam
Other
Robbins?
one, I think, what about Jeb Swallow in that second quarter?
Nice.
Come down, running down from the centre half back and anticipated the play very well and kicked a goal from outside 50. But I think for the X factor, I'll probably agree with you, Crane. I think number 4 for Eaton, Kalani Brooks, I think in that second quarter was very, very good.
So our Western Orpest goal of the day, we got Kalani Brooks in front at the moment. What about for our CPR outdoor mark of the day?
Geez, that's a difficult one, isn't it? But maybe Brooks is up there as well. But also I like the good mitts on Kobe Foster. I think in that third quarter, took a clunking mark in the pack, stood his ground and took a very, very good mock. So maybe Kobe Foster for mine.
Yeah, I like the one that Greg Humphries took down here. You remember he went over the pack. Robert Chitties was a good one too with the mark. And Cummings was a
lead in front of his face here, took a mark,
So which way are you going to go, you reckon?
No, I think he's been swayed to me. I think I'm going to go Humphries, Crony. I think you're right. Greg Humphries, number 22.
Gets our mark of the day.
Yep.
And let's go to, it's a bit hard. The best coaching move was a bit hard to say today because both coaches, it's a bit of an arm wrestle, wasn't it?
Just think the coach at Eaton, Crony, just the way he's used the captain Humphries, he's thrown him in the midfield. He's thrown him down back, and anywhere when you think Collie are coming back with a bit of a vengeance, I think the communication between the captain and the coach was a vital success for any footy club. So I think the move for Greg Humphries is versatility, but it also that adds to the camaraderie and the connection between the coach and the captain. So I'd say Eaton at the moment.
The Bank of Queensland, that supply that award, so we're giving it to, as you said, whoever wins the game when we finish here. The tackle of the game from Bunbury Mower Service. I mean, there's been a number of good tackles, hasn't it? I like the one Jace Fontana laid.
Yeah, I agree.
You were going with that one?
Yeah, 100%.
I thought he was...
Old-fashioned, mate. Just round, body in good position, held to him, and was vice-like grip too. Totally agree with you, Crony.
So Bunbury Mower Service tackle of the day. We're going to go with Jace Fontana. The interchange bench from Harvey Norman and betting it was huge, a great deal today.
Because it's hot, a lot of players running off on the ground, weren't they?
It's a key though, isn't it?
Yep.
You've got to keep your good players out on the field for as long as you can.
Yep.
But you also need to make sure they still got a bit of petrol in their tanks. So it's interesting the way both coaches use that. Now I'm going to throw to Jared O'Brien when he puts his headphones back on. But around the grounds, we've already done that through the Geograph Civil. The Wilson Bruins stats. And he's back. Inside 50s, Jared. And he's going to make this entirely up, I think.
In that quarter. I don't think we haven't had one yet. We did get one free kick, which has resulted of this injury. Centre breaks were Collie. We're one out for that one at the start of this quarter with 30 seconds gone.
So you've nailed all that, mate. Well done.
I certainly have.
That's the Wilson's Brewery Drink Local. Expert comments from MGIB.
You're the
like
expert,
a good
Crony.
namer. I think we've got plenty of them. As we say, the ambulance still on the ground out here. So conditions report, well, it's starting to get a bit dark.
Certainly is, Crony. Pretty hot during the day. Got up to 28 degrees. Very dry. Not much breeze. Still no breeze. No breeze at all here at Collie Oval. They're now 3/4 of the ground is covered in shade, Crony. As Jared said, the lights have come on, but there is someone home here, so the lights are on here at Collie. And like I said, and I also might have a big shout out to SEN too. The coverage of local footy is unbelievable. It's still 26.4 degrees. Thank you very much to Dean, the cameraman and bureau. He's got a connection to the bureau, has Dean. He's got connections everywhere.
He's everywhere.
He's got connections to castles in Europe. He knows everything, does Dean.
Thanks to Garage Doors Southwest too. Great to have them. I think they're the B&D roller door specialist. Our best on ground. so far to 3/4 time.
Geez, there's a handful of players here. I reckon Humphries has done well. Kalani Brooks with 2 goals has been good. Both Hill brothers have been very good for Eaton as well. What about for Collie there, Croney?
I like Cam Davison. I reckon
He's done well. Number 17, he's been good. Jeb Swallows done some good things as well down back.
Sam Salmary, great to have him back because I know his mum's watching or listening. So
shout out to you.
So Adam Bignell, he's made a big difference when he's in the middle. So who are you going to go for?
Do you reckon his nickname's Biggers? Do you have to be Biggers, wouldn't it?
I don't know. Is his nickname?
Bigsy, there you go. Good to see you get nicknames of players.
WA Carpet Supermarket, who do we give our best on ground up to 3/4 time? Of course, we're still waiting for play to resume.
I think Kalani Brooks still for me, Croney.
Kalani Brooks, 4. 2 goals.
Yeah, 2 goals and had a heap of the footy and set it up a lot of the play in the midfield of the ground there. So to mine, it's still Kalani Brooks.
Who's our Carpet Supermarket best on ground? A rising star, Hemp Brothers, Western Australia's most trusted hemp-based products.
I'm going to go the 19-year-old from Collie, Croney, number 10, Maxi Island. Just something I've noticed about him with a helmet on. He's just hard-nosed at the footy, makes very good decisions through traffic and does not give up. So I like Maxi Island, number 10 from Collie.
I'm absolutely going to agree with you on that because I love his work rate. There was a time out here, the ball bounced a little bit different to him, had a bad bounce. He followed it up and he tackled down. So we're going to give him the Hemp Brothers Western Australia most trusted hemp-based products award and the Rising Star, and Jared has got something on the line.
I just got a message from Sri Mary. She's very happy with the mention, so shout out to her. Now, we've got a couple options here, boys. This is very live radio, so we're doing this on the fly. We can go to a break here and then come back, and that gives us a bit of time to do the post-game once we're
Jared,
finished.
you're the guru Shamari producer in the Southwest. Your call, mate.
I reckon
we'll follow you.
with the ambulance still on.
I'll make the call for it. Let's go for a break. We'll see you after the break. The ambulance has just left the field. The players are back in position. And there will be a kick to Carl Collard on the half-back line. Cam Robbins.
So Carl Collard has it, centre half-back. He goes straight up the corridor, but he's turned the footy straight back over because Talon Michael went into space, got the ball, and now he transitions the ball to half-forward flank. Over the top there, diving mark was Matty Thompson, the 18-year-old. He's got a bright future, that young kid. They go forward here. Fickle bounce in the end. Good tackle from behind. And it might be a throw. The umpire was on it.
It was a good tackle.
Good tackle was a throw. And good defensive pressure by Eaton. That's Nick Hodson, the vice-captain. And that's what vice-captains do, Croney. They stand up when there's a bit of pressure. And that's exactly what he did just then.
Well, players have got to switch on now. That was an extended break for them too. So it's very difficult. They're starting to get dark. The clouds of shadows are well and truly across the ground now, Cam.
Travis Hodkinson, number 20. Just hearing number 20 from Eaton. It's been taken away in the ambulance. Hope's all right. Shout out to their family. I hope he gets up very well. So they go down the back line here. Does the hard running Tommy Harris. Beautiful mark under pace. It might be the young fella then, Jackson Hill. Shows a lot of courage. Had a bit of pressure coming behind. Comes
up a bit tender.
Bit gingerly there with an ankle, but he has got the mark. So even if you saw Croney, you take the mark, it doesn't matter.
He's had a great afternoon at the office.
Certainly has. There's a 2-on-1 here. Brought into extremely good play by the ruckman Brinder.
It's just what you need, isn't it? Your ankle's a bit dodgy, so the ball comes back to you. It looked all right there.
It certainly did. And this kick's no good, but comes going to back here. They have the footy here to Maxiol on the young fella by hands as Michael. Good transition to play here by Collie, running very hard, but once again, Rinder puts a hand into the contest. Handball's okay. Rinder overran it. In the possession here to play there with Bootsmart. He's now tackled from behind. He's holding the footy. And defensive pressure by the captain then, Greggy Humphries. So he has the footy now as Humphries. He chips the ball down line to Hill, who's recovered from that bit of an ankle sprain. He maybe got the magic spray out there, Croney, so he's back on board.
It's tough out there too because the lights haven't taken effect yet. Oh, it's a nice
Geez,
smother.
That's a great smother. The 1%ers, fantastic effort by him. Now he's going to get the play again.
Deserves
good
it
whole
back.
effort then. Well done. They go down the line here into a one-on-one. Spall over the top, try to take a one-hander. It was Tommy Harris. He dives back into the possession and lays a tackle on. And within the forward 50 region here, the margin is still 13 points. As I said, going to the crown and putting number 13, but always gamble responsibly because it's been 13 at quarter time, 13 at half time. It's now 13 points to the advantage of the away side. Eaton, handball was okay. It was good by Brooks. Heard the call from over the time by the captain, That was Humphreys. He tried to find his teammate up the ground. There was Adcock, and the umpire says it's a boundary. Give the ball to me.
Just find out how long is left in the quarter. 16 and a half left.
16 and a half minutes to go, Craney. So glad they got the lights on here at Collie. The KFC will still be warm for me for my journey back to Perth. Shout out to KFC. I'll have a bucket myself. Love it. So umpire throws the ball in. It's shallow throw in. Once again, the ruckman, Rinder, he's been very, very good. Brings the ball to the ground, try to find his teammate. That was Humphrey. He's laid a tackle
duel,
on.
actually.
Has.
That between Delangelo and Rinder.
Certainly has. But Rinder, geez, like the look of him. Very good player, the left footer. And I saw him before the ground game, Craney. He's a very tall lad.
He is, and he runs all day. He hates coming off the ground. And you want that in a player.
Rinder just thumped the ball, gains about 20 or 30 metres. Oh, copped a heavy hit then by the player then for Michael, but he put his hands up. He said he didn't mean it. So umpire plays on to advantage here. Well done by Joel Moore. Bit of pace. Had the run and carry over the top to Jack Saunders, the 18-year-old. Goes here to the hot spot here. Spall over there. Might still be a mark. No, it's not. Defensive pressure by Collie was very good, and now he's in a bit of trouble. Held to him. So definitely like the look of Jackie Saunders. Got a young players here. Eaton Saunders is 18. Joel Moore is 18. And also Matty Thompson's 18, number 44. So a lot of talent if you're an Eaton's Football Club follower, Craney. A lot of talent coming through.
All
their
those
juniors.
players put their hand up big time today.
Certainly have. And tackle on the ground then. Umpire said held to him. Ball's going nowhere. So 15 and a half minutes to go in this last quarter.
Just as well as not cricket. Look at the ducks on the field.
It certainly is. Big herd of them. What do you call a herd of a duck, Craney? What are that?
Must be
bunch?
a flock, is it?
A flock of seagulls, isn't it?
I don't know.
Something like that. But they were here this morning when I got
Were
on
they?
the oval, so it's their turn to have it back by the looks.
Hello, Jared's just going to Google that up for us.
Quackity, quackity, quack go the ducks. Doesn't matter. We're still here at Collie. Still held to him. And thanks for your company, bit of comedy company at the moment with Cam Robbins and Helen Crone and Jared. You know, on SEN, Croney, we do it, we say it, we mean it, we're all over it.
That's right, exactly.
Flock of ducks.
It's a flock of ducks.
Yes, well done. Flock of Seagulls, a good song by the Flock of Seagulls. Then they go forward again here to Collie. Socket off the ground by Hill. Has the footy now. Got the handball back. Clever play here. Shells a bit of candy, does Brooks. Brooks does a check side banana. No, just punts on the line there. Ball still in play. No, it's rushed through for
He did everything
point.
right there, did Kalani Brooks. That would have been an absolute ripper.
Certainly was. So here we go there. 6-9, Eaton 45, 4-7 Collie 31. The margin is 14 points, and that's on the KFC scoreboard. Have the footy now. Ordinary kick. No, it works out okay. Falls in the hands of Trent Tanner. The double T, Tanner, goes down the line, standing under the position, roving front and centre. That was very, very good play by Josh Scott. Had to go backward, finds his teammate. That's Kent. Kent went one way, went the other. No, goes on his right foot, his preferred foot, but ran over the footy then. Falls in the hand of Jesse Callahan. Callahan on his right. Numbers of those with Collie. They're a heap of it at the moment. Tackle from behind, caught him high, and kick goes in to Talon Michael. Nope. And likewise it goes back. Has the footy again. Now kick the ball down the line, but the 18-year-old stands under this. Matty Thompson, been very impressed with him. He decides to play on behind the mark.
Don't know whether he can play on forward of the mark, can you?
Use his left foot over the top, and good defensive mark by the young fella, Maxi Island, the upcoming star here for Collie. He uses his left foot and pencils the ball there to Liam Rubin. Rubin plays on here on the defensive wing, but he's turned the ball straight back over.
Just a quick one from Geograph Civil around the grounds. South Bunbury 18-12-120 have defeated Dunsborough. 5 goals, 1-31.
So good win to them, to the South Bunbury side. First game after losing the grand final last year. Crane, the numbers are here with Josh Scott through traffic. Goes on his left from outside 50. Good, kicked a bit of space or dropped the mark in the end. Should have marked it, but well done by Collie.
Plenty of it, did Big
Certainly
Kobe.
did. Defensive pressure was okay. Foster lays a tackle on. Well done by Collie. They chisel the ball out the back line here. Here's Humphreys. Overran it. Let his player to come through the position. Now he plays for the footy. The footy's not going to come out that way. He's going to go to Collie though. They're going to go straight up the corridor to a 2-on-1 here. And good spore from behind Tommy Harris. He's been good. There's a foot race on that moment. Harris overran it. His player didn't know. That was Deegan Cummings. Cummings picks a ball up and he's just pushed it left.
Oh, they
Had
needed
a bit
that
more
one
time,
to
Craney,
fall.
than he thought.
There was no one between him and the goals. And that's been a great battle, Fontana and Harris, hasn't it?
Certainly has. 12 and a half minutes to go in this last. He's
Next to
warming up,
half house.
Croney. And speaking of the crowd, we've had close to 600 here today at Collie. I think 601. I'll call it 601 in the crowd
621.
here. 621. And goes up the contest
Whoa.
through traffic. Clever kick, and it might be number 2.
That will bring
It is
that
number
out
2
into
to
it.
Jebby Swallow. And there is still light in this game and life in this game. Number 2 to Jeb Swallow. Number 18 for Collie. And here they come, Craney. 5.8.38 to 6.9.45. That's on the...
It before. Eaton looked like they're moving away, but a Collie have worked their way back in.
7 points the advantage, 5.8 to 6.9. Maybe an opportunity when there's a lull in the game there. The regroup have been the Collie side, Croney.
Yeah, it's just a matter of work rate now, isn't it?
Throw now Humphries in the middle. So put your best player in the middle. That's exactly what they've done there. So Humphries has gone in
Your
the
best
pivot.
side goes on the park right at this very moment.
100%. Run of the contest,
Gee,
very
Bignell's
quick
been
hand. He's been,
excellent
and
in
a
there.
Bignell he has. They go forward again. Well done by Collard. Got a fist on it. Roving front and centre though. It's Collie can draw the handball over the top. They do well. There he is again. Moved up forward. Good move by Jeb Swallow. Gone from centre half back to centre half forward. They move the ball again. Do Collie. Umpires called play it on. They rode the bump extremely well. Now in a bit of danger here. Gave him the don't argue. Could be holding the footy. It's not. Below his knees was okay. That
There's
was
a bit
Thompson.
of pressure down there.
And this game has definitely gone up a notch. 10-10 to go.
We've actually got the close one for the weekend, Cam.
Certainly, yeah. 5.8 to 6.9. The margin 7 points on the KFC scoreboard. Ball runs into ground. Roving front and centre was okay. Caught one high was a Collie player. And the umpire saw it. Eaton players are pleading for it. It's play onto a van now. It's going to go behind the mark. It's not a goal. Umpire seen there's a Barney going on again.
On.
It is on for young and old here.
Well, there's a bit going on in that little contest as well.
Certainly is. Deegan Cummings.
But in the end result, Collie will have a shot for goal. When everyone clears out of there a little bit, they will.
Tell you what, the old-fashioned Barney, mate. Nothing wrong with that. Always fight responsibly, Croney. But I tell you what, they're all throwing their
2 bobs worth in
2 bobs in worth. Yep.
So the umpires have sorted it out. Who's going to have a shot for goal after all that?
I think it's going to be Odin Kink. I think number 6 is it
There's been a card
or
given.
9? That's Robert Chitty, I think. And 2 players here, both coming up. Both don't like each other. One I definitely know is Deegan Cummings, number 14. He's off. And it might be Young Hill coming off as well. And they're both looking at each other saying, I can't believe we're just having a nice little, just a disagreement. But the yellow card's been shown. Hill's off. Cummings is off.
That's the
And
end
the
of
game.
their afternoon because I don't think they'll be back.
So interchange coming on now is Jai Smith, wore number 19, but he got his jumper ripped off. Now he's wearing number 15, and Brandon Pegler comes on number 2 for Eaton. Anyway, back of the contest here, it's going to be, Tyson Hayes. Bit of pressure on this lad. Can he goal? Tyson Hayes, bring it back to 1 point. He has brought it back to 1 point.
Wow.
Game on, boys. It is on for young and old. Tyson Hayes nays another goal, and the margin is pegged back to 1 point. KFC scoreboard, Eaton 6.9.45, Collier 6.8.44.
So time is running down a little bit, Jared.
10 minutes exactly to go in this, so half the quarter done.
Just pegged the last 2 back. And we're in a day where goals have been hard to get. They've kicked 2 in not too long a period.
And their stops certainly have.
Just looking at the scoreboard, I think they might have missed a point out there, have they, earlier in this game? Yeah. So the scoreboard reading wrong at the ground, but correct as far as we're on the screen
Jared,
at the moment.
there you go. That could be a bit of controversy there.
That's why he's with us, Cam.
I'll back
He's all
the
over
producer.
everything.
I'll back the producer from SEN, Jared. Don't worry about it. The Xavier Ellis lookalike, mate. Your name's all over it. So go through the middle here. Through traffic is okay. Cop one high too. Play onto advantage here. Big packet plays in the moment. Middle of the ground. I can
Tell
take a
you
breath.
what, the
It's ball
tempo
up.
has lifted in this game.
Pressure is on here, Craney. Don't you worry about that. Rinder doing the ruck work. Done the double fister. Try to find his teammate. That was the player there, Jack Saunders. He went through traffic. This is better. Falls in the hands of the captain, Humphries. Humphries unload. Goes to a forward pocket here. How's the ball going to go? It's going to be out of bounds there. And the pressure all over this game at the moment, just under 9.5 minutes. The margin is just 1 point.
We talk about matchups for Southern Lock and Security, but that one between Jack Munsey and Kobe Foster's been a very good battle, a real full-back, full-forward battle.
So Boundjumper's going to throw the ball in the forward pocket for Eaton. Well done. The rock work was very effective by Tom Harris. Brings the ball to the ground here, sat on it. Umpire said, no, you didn't. Play on to advantage again. And very hot in the kitchen there, Croney.
See, the crowd are invested in this now, aren't they?
Certainly is. Has the footy now, going through traffic here. Hell, when he didn't have it, a cop one high. It's the ladder. And there is
it's on again.
There is no love loss here. And it's going to be a free kick here to Eaton, I think. Cop one high. And they're going to take the kick here. Very important kick for goal in the context of this game.
Umpire spreading the players out. Who has actually got the kick at goal?
We'll see in a minute, Croney.
As soon as we find out where the footy is, we found the footy. It's getting a bit dark out there.
Could be Ellie Hill. It might be 50, and
Oh,
it is
no.
50. Why would you do that? Ellie Hill's now is going to be marched right to the point of the square. And I marked this down already. Ellie Hill goal here for Eaton, and Eaton extend their lead back. And very undisciplined play then. He's going to come to line. He may as well do a left foot drop kick. Why wouldn't you?
need to keep your
There's no one on the mark.
don't you?
No one on the mark. Is he going to waste any time? Well, it doesn't matter. He does a dribble kick. So makes Jason Dunstall happy. Life member of the AFL. He's done a Jason Dunstall dribble kick.
No.
He still hasn't called
It's not
time back on, so it's going to come back on. So, oh well.
This game is
Trying
going
to
to
make
go
this game
on
longer.
and on, I think.
They just don't want me to get the KFC bucket on the way home, Jared. I
There'll
think
be a
that's what
big
the
line
call
there,
is.
no doubt, after this. It's been intense.
Oh, my God.
Look at Jared's looking at the overtime card going, how are we going to do this?
Are you getting paid for this, eh?
In KFC.
So here he is, Jared Hill. Surely just chipped the ball over. So here he is. And Jared Hill finally marks that as a goal. Sorry, Ellie Hill. That's a goal to him. And another goal to Eaton. They just need to settle a bit then on the KFC scoreboard. They are 7-9. That's 51 to 6-8-44. Margin is 7 points, and that's on the KFC scoreboard thanks to SEN Spirit of the Southwest. Alan Crane, Cam Robbins and Jared doing the calling for you this afternoon. Thanks for your company. It's been a great afternoon in Collie, Craney. It's been a ripper.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks to MGIB, our good mates at MGIB. They look after us on the show as well, don't they, Jared?
They certainly do a great sponsor of On the Ball. Tune in 1 to 3.
I like that when you
Fridays.
throw a few
Right.
ads in for us, mate.
I'm like, actually, can I tag you as a number one fan, Jared? How do I do that?
Yeah,
Just do it on
but,
Facebook?
yeah, on
I'll do that,
Facebook.
mate. Watch it. I'll do it tonight on the way home after having my KFC. Umpire throws the ball up. Saunders over the top. Bang the ball to ground. Well done by Humphries through traffic. Didn't have it. Still got possession of the play. Humphries cop one high. Didn't matter. He went to get his own footy. Numbers of those pushing the ball. The 18-year-old Maxi Island head over the footy. Collard wore one. Held to him. The umpire says, give the ball to me.
You got to like that because Collard knew he was going to wear one there, but he just had to stop that flow because it was just flowing towards Collie's end.
Umpire throws the footy up again. Rinder been rucked just about solo all day. Tackle over the top by Humphries, okay. Calls the turnover. Does a little check side banana. That was Braden Pegler. He goes to centre half forward, but mopping down back.
Gee, it's
very
been an
good.
entertaining game of footy.
Great game of footy,
Both these
Croney.
sides would be pretty pleased with their performance and the way they've gone about their footy, which they will improve as game goes on.
So Sam Salmeri's mum's out there listening. Shout out to you. Hope you got the roast on for your young fella because he's just kicked the ball a little bit wide, but doesn't matter. Choose in a bit of time. The margin is still 7 points. And we're gone just under 8 minutes to go. I reckon Sunday roast. Why wouldn't you? I'll come over on the way home. I have KFC and I'll go to your place for a roast too. Fill my stomach right up. So the boundary umpire throws a ball in. Rooney gets front position, brings the ball to the ground here. A 2-on-1, puts his head over the foot. He tries to barge his way through. And the umpire says, give the ball to me.
Hope someone's given a bit of food to Connor back in the studio.
Yeah, Connor, no, he's a good lad. Connie Hazelby doing a great job producing the Perth studio. That goes to centre half forward. A 2-on-1, just a mark from behind. I'll pay that. Brendan Craig, been solid down back. He decides to switch the play over the far side and dropped an easy mark was Jackie Saunders, only 18, but geez, he's clever.
He's played well.
Kicks the ball down the line. Beautiful spoil from behind. The 1%ers. Take a bow, that young fella. Cameron Davison, solid down back.
But he has been outstanding today. Right from the first bounce, he has been absolutely magnificent.
Yeah, good players, Davo. 17 for Collie. Umpire throws a ball in. Reaching over the top, getting a hand on it was Saunders. Ball comes to the contest here. Here's another 8-year-old Matty Thompson. lays a tackle on here and puts his body on the line here. And good to see an 18-year-old, bit of fire in the belly there.
There's been a bit of fire in this game of footy, actually.
Certainly has, right in front of the interchange bench here. The umpire does the best thing and just throw the footy up. Big knock over the top by Rinder and held to him. And the player is pleading for throwing on the ground. Last 5 minutes of the game now.
Harvey Norman interchange bench.
It's definitely starting to live up. Right in front of the bench there. Good tackle from behind. Eaton coaching staff's pleading for holding the footy. And that's a Harvey Norman betting Bunbury interchange bench right in front of the Eaton Boomers bench. Rinder wins another ruck. Call that ruck contest 465 because he's had a ton of it with the ruck work. They have the footy now. Good bump. They chisel the ball to half forward to Collie. Oh, running, had a lot of courage there. Well done by Collard. Weathered the storm well. Got the handball over the top. Found Adcock. Adcock on his left. Likewise found his teammate. That's Joshy Scott. Scott on his left foot. Ball goes to the contest here. Here's the pace here of Hill. Can he crumb this and goal? And he misses.
Yeah, that was just that Collie defender there.
Still running.
Just tagged us, still in play.
Still in play. So all the boys are stopped. Collie haven't. The ball runs out here. Nothing to kick to here. So players camped under this. A lot of those is Eaton. One of those is Craig. Brendan Craig goes back, finds his teammate, and they're chewing up a bit of time now. Eaton, how long to go? 3.5 minutes to go in this game. Have Eaton done enough? The margin is 7 points. They have the footy now. They're going to go back. No, they're going to still go forward. The umpire said play on. So they kick the ball to centre half forward. Humphries from behind, pushing the back. Shepherd off the ball. So kick to Humphries because he was blocked out of play. And
I've just had some news. It definitely is 8 points. So the ground scoreboard is correct.
8 points.
I've been told from the umpires.
Okay, 8 points it is. 8 points to the margin. Doesn't matter. I think Eaton are Craney. I think they are home. 3.5 minutes to go. And the ball's in the hand of the captain. And this guy is a very good, reliable kick for goal. That's Greggy Humphries. So here he is.
He's an out-and-out good footballer, no better. In fact, he's an absolute star.
So here he is, Greg Humphries, inside the 15-metre arc, probably 35, 40 out, directly in front.
It's
no
quite
breeze.
around the ground, isn't it? You get your pin drop.
Certainly is. Here goes Humphries, leans back on this. Kick for goals. I don't think he's made the accuracy. It's another minor score.
Leaves the door open for Collie.
Leaves the door open. They do. 7-9 to 6-7. It's on the KFC scoreboard here. They go straight down the middle. Ordinary bounce in the end. Or through traffic. Hadn't lost it in the end was Callahan. Now he's in a bit of trouble. Held to him. The umpire says give the ball to me. So interesting times now. About 3 minutes to go in this game of footy. It's been an absolute classic through the traffic here. Had no left foot, so used a check side banana. Umpire said touch ball, so it's play onto advantage here. Through traffic was Josh Scott. He got poleaxed, got the handball out though. Found Humphries again. He's urging the player to run at him, so he kicks the ball to a bit of space. But reading the play even better was Pilati. He hadn't lost it. Now put a tackle on. Now have the numbers here. Can they pick the ball up as Foster? He's too slow. He overran the footy. Pressure now on Collie. They have the ball tucked in the pocket. Ball's going nowhere apart from out of bounds. And a boundary line throwing the final 2 minutes of this game of footy.
If you wind that clock back a bit, Greg Humphries running through the middle of the ground. All the forwards run to the opposite leg. They should have ran to his leg to create something for him to kick to. We all know if you run to the leg, you're probably going to get it.
Dead right, that's the expert comment there of Craney. He socked the ball out of the ground as Rinder out of bounds on the full. And maybe time's going to be the enemy here for Collie. It's been a very brave comeback by them. But unfortunately, I think time's going to run out here. They have the footy now.
There's only one way home for a Collie, isn't it? Straight down somewhere.
And they have the footy now. They go straight up the corridor and finds the teammate, lace out. That plays Jackie Rinder. Rinder goes to centre half back here. Ball comes to the contest. One of those is Matt Thompson. He lays a tackle on. He's been great effort, Thompson. And held to him. And good to see the 8-year-old with a bit of fire in the belly. So ball up. Lights are on here at Collie. Rinder just puts a right fist into it. Heard the call from behind was Collie. They chisel the ball on this defensive wing here. Through traffic was good. The tackle's okay. Now there's a bit of trouble. Should be holding the footy. Umpire said no, you've got a hand to it. So benefit of the doubt's gone to Collie. Going through traffic. Well done by Humphries. Put the sleeper hold on. Player didn't have it then. Umpire saw that. And Michael's going to get the free kick. So play onto advantage here. Spall over the top by Eaton was very effective. Have the hands now. Try to find the teammate. That's Carl Collard. Collard overran it. Falls in the hand there of Jade Peters. Peters has it. Goes one way. Goes to the other. Good maintaining possession of the footy, young fella. Goes to centre half forward. Big sprawl over the top. Have the footy now by hands. Goes back rather than forward, but they still have possession to Collie. Outside 50. No one's home there for Collie. Apart from leading back to the play there is Lockie Kent. So he decides to put a peg on
the
it.
outside then too.
And here's Humphreys. He won't muck this one. What's Humphrey? The skill in him. Beautiful. Fantastic kick. They've done enough. Not too long to go now in this game of footy. I think Eaton Boomers are going to win. Craney's going to win his bet. Me and Jared are going to look absolutely silly, but it doesn't matter. It's only the first round. So here we are here. They go back rather than forward, just chewing up a bit more time to Hill. Hill goes back to Collard, and there it is. First game here. The visiting side, Eaton, they have won 7-10, 53 to Collie, 6-7, 43, a margin, Craney, of 9 points.
Yes, and that is a good win by the Eaton Boomers in what was a very entertaining game of footy. Are we going to take a quick break now, Jared? We're going to go straight through and wrap this up, as Cam just said. 7-10 Eaton to 6-7 for the Collie Eagles. What is a pretty impressive game of footy.
100% major goal scores where I got the call there, Craney. First of all, for Eaton, 2 goals to Kobe Foster. He kicked those in the third quarter. 2 goals also to the Kalani Brooks, and 1 goal to Ellie Hill, to Greg Humphreys, and to Jackson Broadbent. And major goal scorers for Collie, 2 of those to Jace Fontana. 1 of those in the second and 1 in the third. 2 goals to Jeb Swallow, and single goal scorers to Tyson Hayes and to Deegan Cummings. Jared, but a fantastic game of footy.
Certainly was. A lot happened.
We've done that to you a bit today, haven't we?
It certainly has. I really enjoyed that, and I really enjoyed what both teams brought to the game. And you know, they are the bottom of the ladder from last year, but that just shows if you put a little bit of fight in, you can do it. And you know, footy's a funny game. Like you say, they might find something throughout the season, Crady. We've only got about a couple of minutes to wrap it up today.
Yes, that's right, Jared. And look, that was a great round one game for both these clubs. I know we said the 4 points was very important for both, and it was, but what was also important is both clubs had to show a bit to their supporters, and they definitely did that. There's enough talent in these sides that they've lifted considerably from last year, and they've upped their list. I think Collie will get better as the games go on. I reckon they'll get a bit more fluency. They showed patches throughout today where they moved the ball extremely well, and when they give Fontana a bit of room to move up there, they look pretty good.
Craney, don't underestimate this. And Jared, I'll bring in the conversation. 3:05 p.m. this afternoon. Jared, who's going to win? Collie by 8 points. Back you up. Cam Rollins very confident. I said Collie going to win by 26 points. And then Craney, no, boys, Eaton are going to win by 23 points. So, Craney, you get the chocolates, mate. Very good tipping. You've done your research. Me and Jared haven't. So, well done, mate. Good win to Collie.
Missed the margin by a bit, though, didn't
Doesn't matter. You picked Eaton to win, and they played very Tuesday. They played well.
Well, they unearthed a few good kids too, didn't they?
Yeah.
And that's what I thought was a real plus for both these sides. We spoke about the young fellas. It looks like we're playing a bit of music. So, Cam Robbins, thank you very much for joining us on SEN Spirit again. All the best for the waffle. Jared O'Brien, do you want to see us out today?
Oh, well, thanks for joining us. Thanks to KFC and Dale Alcock Holmes. Round 1 of the Southwest Football League done and dusted. Collie 6-7-43 were defeated by Eaton 7-10-52. All the wrap up Tuesday on breakfast with myself and Craney.